Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. If only I had to do it all over again is a constant cry from the human heart. And the implication is, of course, that if some magical power could grant the plea, how much better things would be handled. Or at the very least, how differently. But is that a valid concept? Does it follow inevitably that people could or would handle things better a second time around?
Brain injury, boys. Handled with care. That's it. Nice and easy. Keep him flat on the cart.
How is he, Doc?
Still breathing, Sergeant. Touch and go. You want to stay with it as we take him in?
What's he saying?
Search me.
Could hold up a minute so I can hear what he's
Not
trying
a
to...
second, Sergeant. Anything this guy has to tell you will be after he's operated on, not before. If then.
Sounds like he's talking with someone. Asking for something.
Yesterday.
There's something about yesterday.
What this baby ought to be worrying about is tomorrow.
Our mystery drama, The Man Who Asked for Yesterday, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Ian Martin and stars Mandel Kramer. It is sponsored in part by Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, brewers of Budweiser. I'll be back shortly with Act One.
I'm Hy Brown, producer of Radio Mystery Theater, a bit numb with surprise and appreciation. We never anticipated the enthusiasm of your response when we invited your comments about the show. You've said so many, many nice things, and you've telephoned, written, and asked questions. It's those questions, though, that pose a problem. The volume of mail has been so tremendous, over 75,000 letters, and still coming in, that it's going to take time to sort through all of it and find the letters that call for specific answers to questions. But the prize drawing is over, so if you'll send in that question again, we'll try for a prompt reply. Write Mystery Theater, Box 5152, Radio City Station, New York 10019. Mystery Theater, Box 5152, Radio City Station, New York 10019. And again, thank you.
This is WOR, New York, your Mystery Theater station.
No matter what you're saving for, that's what Suburban Savings for Suburban.
Suburban Savings offers you a regular savings account with flexibility. You can add any amount to your account whenever you wish. Withdraw whenever you want. Suburban Savings pays a 5.25% annual interest rate on regular savings paid quarterly, which earns an annual effective yield of 5.47%. Interest is compounded continuously from day of deposit to day of withdrawal, as long as $50 is maintained in the account to the end of the quarter. Come into Suburban Savings and open an account with flexibility. Our regular savings account in New Jersey at Bayonne, Edgewater, Elmwood Park, Emerson, Hackettstown, Morris Plains, Nutley, Paramus, and Sparta.
An almost always misquoted quote by an obscure poet is the theme of tonight's Spine Tingler. Backward, turn backward, O time in thy flight. If you haven't spotted the misquote, I'll clear it up for you later. Concentrate first on the fascinating problem of a man with fatal brain injury who still finds time to talk to himself.
Are you taking him straight to surgery?
No, not yet. Pre-op first. And an operating team has to be assembled.
Can I hang around? On the chance while he's talking to himself, I can get a lead?
Be my guest. But with that bullet in his brain, I doubt if even subconsciously he can track anymore.
But he's still trying to say something.
To who? Us? Himself? Fake daddy in the sky?
I don't know. He may be louder.
Oh, if you could
But he sure ain't clearer. I'd give a lot to know if he's really making any sense or what he's trying to say.
I never had a chance. I should have had a chance. Somebody should have given me a chance.
What kind of chance, Mort?
What? Who?
What kind of chance should you have?
Well, the cards were all stacked against me. I mean, how was I to know?
The cards were stacked. So?
Don't you see, if I'd even suspected for a moment, if I thought that my own wife... what's the use?
Don't give up yet, Mort.
Look, mister, I don't know who you are, and it's like I'm wasting my breath. But I can tell you something. If I could have yesterday to live over...
Suppose you could. What would you change?
You'd have to know what happened to me first.
Suppose you could convince me that yesterday should be lived over. Would you be willing for me to give you that opportunity?
If it were only possible.
Well, tell me why you'd like to ask for yesterday over again.
What have I got to lose?
That's quite a leading question. One you'll have to answer for yourself. Do you want to tell me about yesterday?
It started like any other day. The tight pull behind my eyes, the furry tongue, the shivery feeling of insecurity. Not just because my legs and my hands were shaky, but because my mind was sticky and not quite tracked, and because I had that sick feeling that I'd failed Cherry again, that I was less than a wife should expect.
Oh, crying out loud, Mort. Your alarm to wake you up. Turn it off.
Oh, sure, honey. Sure. Did you have a bad night, baby?
What'd you expect with you turning and twisting and moaning? I didn't sleep.
I'm sorry, honey. It's just that I'm going crazy. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I thought you said your horse had to come in today.
It has. 15 straight days. The favorite has run out of the money. The law of averages has got to catch up.
So, today you'll win. And everything's fine again.
There's only one hitch.
What?
To put down a bet, you got to have the scratch. I haven't got any.
So, you'll borrow some.
Yeah, where?
Well, Uncle Joe wouldn't give you some.
Oh, come on, Sherry. You know my partner wouldn't lend his mother a dime without good security, and I'm not even real family.
Well, he always says you're like a son to him.
Yeah, that's because he let me buy a piece of the business so he could have a diamond cutter's salary and work me 10 hours a day for free.
I don't know why you let him get away with it.
Look, it's the carrot on the stick, sweetheart. He dangles it in front of my nose every day. Like a son you are to me, Mort. Someday this is going to be all yours.
I wish he'd die already.
Don't get your hopes up. He's as tough as an old shoe. I got to get going.
No, wait a minute, Mort.
What?
About the bet. If you don't want to ask Uncle Joe, why don't you borrow from a bank?
Sherry, you know I've got no credit.
Well, you've got the piece of the business.
I've used that as collateral.
Your insurance.
That's tied up, too.
Then you're really flat, huh?
I'm up to my ears in hock. I'm worth nothing. The only thing I've got left that's worth a cent is my body, and I wish to God I had the guts to fall out a window so at least you'd be able to...
Hush, honey. Don't you dare talk like... We'll work it out. You'll see.
I don't deserve you, honey.
Now, let's not go into that. Look, why don't you take your shower and shave, and you and me will get our heads together over breakfast and see what we can figure out.
That's a good idea, honey. I won't be long.
Take your time.
You know you're the best wife a man ever had?
Mm-hmm. Just you keep thinking that way.
Sherry?
Whatever it is, it'll wait till breakfast. Now get in the shower. I thought he'd never move. Gee, come on. Come on.
Yeah?
Herb, it's me, Sherry.
Hi, Sugar. Why so early?
I just want to tell you we finally got a little pigeon right where we want him.
Did he leave already?
No, he's in the shower. But he finally admitted it this morning. He hit bottom. So do we go ahead?
You know the deal, sugar. You can count on me.
Then we move. More coffee, Mort?
No. I wish we had more time to think. If only you'd been here last night, at least I could have slept on it.
Oh, I'm sorry I was so late. But you know Marge.
I don't know why you spend so much time with her.
Oh, she's a good friend. And with you working the hours you do,
I know. I guess I shouldn't complain.
Well, never mind. Anyways, it's like I told you. Marge is a wonder with the Ouija board. And how she could have read my mind and all about worrying over you.
She actually said that I was going to make a killing today?
Her very words.
I just got to hit a winner. Never mind Ouija boards. It's plain mathematics.
So, go ahead. Make the bet.
Without cash?
Well, now, surely that old bookie of yours will take your check. You've been a good customer. And then you can pay him when you win.
Mm-hmm. And suppose I lose?
Mort, will you think positive for once? This is going to work out just right for us. I know it.
All right. I'm going to take a chance, honey. I mean, what could they do if I lose? You can't get blood out of a stone.
Ah, that's the way. Now, you just keep thinking positive.
Yeah?
Oh, Herb, it's Mort Herman.
Hi, Mort. What's your action?
Look, I want to get a bet down on the 4th at Jasper Gardens today.
You got it. What horse? How much?
The favorite. Final chance. 1,000 on the nose.
But gee. That's a little steep, Mort. I want that covered.
Well, it's Saturday. The banks are closed, Herb.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have that much on me in cash, you know.
I'll tell you what. You drop me off your personal check on the way down and you got your bet. With a real good customer like you, what have I got to lose, huh? Sherry, baby, I'd like to die laughing. You should have seen him writing out this bum check. His hand was shaking so bad I thought he'd never be able to sign.
But you got it. And he is hooked.
Oh, not so fast. He is playing a favorite. You know, that horse could win. No, you and me are going to go with better odds.
What do you mean?
Pass me that slip of paper with that number on it, huh?
This? Well, that's Mort's direct phone line at the store.
Yeah, I asked him how I could reach him this afternoon after at the race in case my phone should be tied up. Now, look, don't make a sound. Don't make a sound while I sell a real bill of goods.
Hello?
Hi, is that you, Mort?
Yeah?
Hi, this is Herb. Now, listen, I got your bet down, and then I started to get cold feet about that check.
Well, look, if you want to cancel out...
Now, I said, listen, now, don't interrupt me. And that bet's up the line by now. I can't cancel out, but I can do you a favor. Now, we're playing with rough boys, Mort, and like I said, you've been a good customer. I don't want to see you hurt bad.
But the favorite can't lose.
The favorite ain't gonna win. The fix is in. The winner is Tidy Lady. She'll go up at 100 to 1. Now, I'm gonna stick my neck out for you. Give me another check at anything up to 2,500, and I'll see you get down on Tidy Lady.
100 to 1. A sure thing?
A lead pipe cinch. You can't lose.
I'll be right over.
And that sews that up, Sherry, baby.
Herb, there isn't any chance that Tidy Lady could win.
She'll be lucky to get out of the gate.
Sherry? Sherry, where are you?
In the living room, Mort.
Sherry, the most awful thing has happened. The horse I bet... Herb, what do you... How did you get here?
Well, Herb's been trying to reach you at the office, darling.
Oh, well,
I'll just leave you two alone.
Too bad it was the wrong horse, huh, Mort?
Herb, what happened? You told me Tidy Lady couldn't lose.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Even a bookie gets bum information. Well, let's get our business settled. I got $1,000 for you on final chance. She went off at even money. So that means you owe $1,500 on the other bet.
But you said Tidy Lady couldn't lose.
That's the Phillies for you. Can't trust them. And I can't trust you, Mort. can I?
Now, look, Herb.
You know and I know these checks ain't worth the paper they're written on. If I dropped them, they'd bounce out of sight. Now, what are you going to do to make them good?
Now, Herb, give me a chance, will you? Give me a break.
Oh, yeah, sure, I might, Mort, but the men upstairs, not a chance. I'm only an errand boy. These are hard cases, Mort. You better pay off.
How can I?
Well, there is one way. Let me show you the only out you got. Go on. Go on.
Oh, I must be crazy. I can't do this.
You know what happens if you don't. Come on. Well, let's get on with it.
I can't rob my own partner. I'm not going to open that safe.
Oh, yes, you are. Does this get it through your head? I'm not wasting any more time.
But put the gun away.
Oh, no. You open that safe, or I'll save the big boy's hitman some trouble.
All right. Now, look, just enough to pay off what I owe now.
I'll handle the payoff. You open up. There we are. That's it. Now, start scooping them up.
Look, Herb.
All of them. Leave the jewelry, but take all of those loose diamonds.
You said only enough to pay.
Yeah. I had to con you into opening that safe, but don't worry. I'm not greedy. You wait till you hear my real proposition when we get back to your apartment.
There's nothing else we can do, Mort.
I'm really being very generous. $50,000 in diamonds and the seats I booked for you to South America. Well, it's time to go if you're going to make that plane.
How can you be sure I won't refuse?
For the same reason I know you won't be back. One thing I'm not paying off are your gambling debts. That'll keep you away from home. Well, Mrs. Herman, are you all packed as I requested?
Yes?
And I'll drive you to the airport, just to make sure you get off all right.
What did we come off the highway for?
We're almost out of gas.
Well, the airport's just across the bridge. You could have made it.
Turn left here. Right here, under the bridge.
There's no gas station down here. This road goes right to the river. That's the end.
You are so right, Mort. Particularly for you.
What do you mean?
End of the line.
But I'm going to South America. You said there were 2 tickets.
Yeah. For Sherry and me.
What?
Didn't you ever think it was funny? My dear friend Marge never came to visit us.
You mean it was always Herb and you?
Sure. It takes someone as stupid as you not to guess. Where's your car, Herb?
It's on the other side of the wharf, honey. But don't go yet. I'll need you to help me get this car rolling into the river.
Oh, I don't want to be here.
No. You're not going to kill me, Herb. You're not going to kill me.
As soon as that plane is making enough racket to kill the sound of...
Herb, no.
Now.
Herb. I tried to jerk my head away frantically at the last moment, but I could feel the bullet smash into my skull and then burst in a fountain of searing sparks.
But did Mort Herman really die? If so, how could he be able to ask his mysterious partner in conversation to borrow back yesterday? Well, we'll find that out when we return shortly with Act 2.
Ever see a beer drinker pour his beer real easy down the side of the glass? Maybe you do it yourself. If so, the Budweiser brewmaster thinks you're missing something, especially if you're a Budweiser drinker. You see, Bud is brewed so it will kick up a healthy head of foam. Exclusive beechwood aging and natural carbonation make it a lively brew. Well, anyway, pouring Bud plunk down the middle of the glass helps bring out the best in that clean white Budweiser foam and real beer aroma. It also helps you get the full benefit of a taste, smoothness, and drinkability you'll find in no other beer at any price. Remember, brewing beer right does make a difference. Next time, pour that Budweiser right down the middle and see for yourself. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
WOR, your Mystery Theater station in New York.
Hey, Ma, what's for dinner? Hey, Ma, what you got? long? Will it be much longer? My hunger's getting stronger and I can't wait. She loves her family. She wants the best. She does all that she can do. She lets ShopRite do the rest. Hey, Ma, what's for dinner? Hey, Ma, what you got?
What's for dinner? How about Armour canned ham, 3-pound size, $3.99. ShopRite, grade A frozen green beans, 9-ounce packages, 6 for $1. ShopRite Dairy Case Homestyle biscuits, 8-ounce packages, 5 for 49 cents.
She loves her family. She wants the best. She does all that she can do. She lets ShopRite do the rest. Hey, Ma, what's for dinner? ShopRite has the answer.
Can a man on the threshold of death hesitate and draw back? Is there for any of us the hope of a second chance? And if we were granted this chance, if we were allowed to retrace our steps, could we change the course of events and find another ending? We're about to return to the story of a man who asked for yesterday.
Am I? Not quite. You're in a hospital with a bullet in your brain. As the saying goes, as good as...
And Sherry and Herb got away with it. Oh, it isn't fair. If I only had it to do over again.
Suppose you had. Could you do better?
Of course. Of course, if I knew what I know now.
Naturally. That would have to be a precondition if you're asking for yesterday to live over again.
You mean there's a chance I can?
If you deserve it.
Oh, please. Please, give me the chance. Can you?
Oh, yes. Well, why not? I'm a bit of a gambler myself. Let's see how you can remake yesterday.
For crying out loud, Morris. It's your alarm to wake you up. Turn it off.
Oh, sure, honey. Wow. Oh, you have a bad night, honey?
Oh, what'd you expect with you turning and twisting and groaning and moaning? I didn't sleep.
Sorry, honey. It's just that I'm going crazy. I don't know what I'm going to do. But that was yesterday. Now I know what I'm going to do. Or at least what I'm not going to do. I was aware of Sherry's voice saying all the things as we had said them. But I was thinking to myself how I hated her, knowing the truth. Her pretense of love, the story about her friend Marge. But now that I knew I was the one marked for the kill, things were going to be different. But not till I was ready. Till then it had to stay the same.
Yeah?
Oh, Herb, it's Mort Herman.
Hi, Mort. What's your action?
Look, I want to get a bet down on the 4th at Jasper Gardens today.
You got it. What horse? How much?
The favorite. Final chance. 1,000 on the nose.
But gee, that's a little steep. I'd want that covered.
Look, it's Saturday, Herb. The banks are closed.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't got that much on me in cash.
I'll tell you what. Drop me off your personal.
It was hard to sound scared the way I had before, knowing that slimy rat was two-timing me with Sherry. But I had to play it out so he wouldn't know this time. Know that he was going to be the one that got hooked. By the second call, I was ready to make the first of my changes in the action.
2,500, and I'll see you get down on Tidy Lady.
100 to 1. A sure thing?
I'll let pipe cinch. You can't lose.
Oh, boy, look, I know I can trust you, Herb. You wouldn't steer me wrong.
You know it, kid.
Well, look, all right, how about giving me a real break now? Spring me for a big one. 10G.
Now, wait a minute.
You know I'm good for it, don't you?
Well...
Look, I got a safe full of diamonds would cover that 10 ways from nowhere.
I bet that big might shake the odds.
Herb, come on, you can lay it off 50 different places.
Okay, you got a deal. But bring me that check.
My upping the ante was a jolt for Herb, I knew. But I also knew that he had to go for it. As I wrote out the worthless check, I could just figure the conversation now going on between Herb and my no-good cheating wife.
Did he go for it?
Yeah.
Herb, is something wrong?
No, I I just got a little mad is all.
What?
I thought I had my pigeon pegged. Small potatoes better, like Mort wouldn't dare look beyond a $2,500 bet. But he had a nerve to hold me up for 10 thou.
So what's the difference? Doesn't that give you even more of a lever to talk him into opening up the safe?
Yeah, but it'll run me quite a few grand more to pay off the boys upstairs.
It's a drop in the bucket, Herb. There's easy $1 million in that safe. So what do you care?
Yeah, I just got a little nervous, hon. That fool should balk at going through with a big caper. I wouldn't like to be holding those bum checks I couldn't cover. I don't want to end up in the river with concrete boots.
Don't even talk like that, Herb. He'll cave in like plaster of Paris once he gets the notion he might be hurt. I promise you.
You made the plane reservations.
I went even better than that. The tickets are sitting right at home.
Did you bring me his gun?
I didn't want to carry it around. It's in the drawer at home.
You're not going to chicken out on going all the way.
Don't you worry.
Because after the heist, he's got to go. He'll be the one the police figure for it. They'll be looking for him, and we don't want him found.
Herb, there's no outside chance this tidy lady could win.
She'll be lucky to get out of the gates.
What they didn't know was that from here on in, the odds were changed. I was calling the shots.
Don't worry, Uncle Joe. I'll mind the store. Yeah. I'll set the burglar alarm when I leave. Don't worry. Everything's under control.
Yes, sir, Uncle. Your little boy Morty has everything under complete control. If I didn't know about that unnumbered bank account you got in Switzerland or all the blue chip stocks, I'd hate to do this to you, Uncle Joe. 22 right. 8 to the left. 31 right. 14 back. A real nephew, maybe you could have trusted, but a made-up one, you got only yourself to blame. Cleaned the safe out of everything in diamonds, just like Herbie would have made me do. They went into my pockets. It's surprising how little space nearly $1 million in diamonds takes up. Then I went to deliver my check to Herb.
I'm stretching quite a point for you, Mort.
Oh, I know that, Herb, but I'll be good for the check. I mean, even...
don't give it a thought. You and me, we're going to be rich men after that 4:30 finish. I know kickbacks. We're riding on all the suckers' money. Is that, you want a drink to it?
No. I'll pass, Herb. I'm kind of pooped. I've been under a lot of strain lately. So I think I'll just go on home and take a little nap until post time.
You're not going back to the store, huh?
No. I think I'll just watch on TV while our jockey boots our fortune home.
Well, maybe I come up and join you. We could celebrate together.
Why not? Not in $1 million years, Herbie. Not ever. You're not seeing me again. When I heard you laying off those bets that you had to guarantee personally, my score with you was all settled.
Who's that?
Me. Mort.
What are you doing home so early?
Why, aren't you glad to see me?
Well, of course, sweetie, but... What are you doing with the gun?
Just checking to see if it's loaded.
Why?
Well, you know I always do that when I'm carrying diamonds.
Diamonds? You're carrying some now?
Yep.
Oh, what for?
I'm going on a trip.
When?
Right now.
Oh, but I thought...
You thought what?
Well, I thought... Well, didn't you have a bet on a horse or something?
That's right, I do. 2 of them, to be exact. On the same race.
Well, I don't understand.
Yeah. Pistol's all set now. I think you do, Sherry.
What?
Understand.
Well, Mort, honey, you're so strange. What are you trying to say to me?
I'm not trying, honey. I'm going to lay it right on the line for you. How long have you and Herb been closing me out?
What?
Knock it off, Sherry. I can do without the injured innocence. I know the whole scheme, so you better come clean.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
You got tired of me, Sherry. Maybe you only married me in the beginning because diamonds were very big in your eyes. But I blew it all because I ran to the ponies. And they cleaned out what little I had. And then you met my bookie. You want to know something? I never really took a close look at him until today. He's quite a hunk of man. If you'd have told me, maybe I couldn't have blamed you for going for him instead of...
No, look, Mort, before you do something crazy, just...
No, not crazy, baby. No more.
Don't Don't point that at me.
Don't you think I have the right?
Why?
Because you know my horse is going to lose. And then I'm set up to open the safe, Sherry. Then when it's opened, your lover is going to clean it all out, pointing this gun at me. And then you're going to drive me out to the airport and shoot me and put me in my car and sink it in the river while you and Herb take off for South America together. Isn't that the plan?
How could you know? I mean, what are you talking about?
You, me, and Herb. And the future. I ought to put a bullet in your head right now.
No, Martin, no. No, listen to me. I'm Sherry. You're Sherry. Your wife. Someone who'd do anything for you.
Oh, to me?
No, Mort, please. No, give me a chance. Whatever's in your mind, we can work this out. Can't we somehow? Oh, my God, Mort, can't we somehow? Please.
So the worm has turned with a vengeance. The biter is bit. And the man who asked for yesterday seems in full control and in command of history, with the power to change the shadow that coming events cast their shadow before. We'll see just how when I return shortly with Act 3.
And now another tale of the ball and chain. As Kellogg's Special K presents
the good, the bad, and the heavy.
Why is that cowboy wearing a ball and chain?
Because carrying around extra pounds can be just like carrying around a ball and chain.
How symbolic.
What will it be, senor?
Give me the Special K breakfast.
Here you go. For a Special K, milk, orange juice, and coffee. Say, don't I know you from someplace?
You probably don't recognize me with my ball and chain. I used to be 10 pounds lighter, but I'm getting back that way by exercising and eating smart at every meal. Starting with this here Special K breakfast.
What's so special?
It's less than 240 calories, 99% fat-free, and delicious. It's going to help me get rid of this here ball and chain.
I bet your horse will be glad to hear that.
Another ball and chain bites the dust.
Your happy ending could begin with the Kellogg's Special K breakfast.
That's Kellogg's Special K.
That's right.
Good night.
Of course, you remember the ad that said, "Follow that man, Agent X39. The man with a long midnight blue cape and a beautiful burgundy silk lining. Send your name and address to Box 42, Aquanamonoc, Wisconsin, Big Shot Division. Follow that man. Carry a Malacca cane with an ivory head. Small wonder I'm what I am today. Nothing. Operative X39.
Gene Shepard, tonight at 9:15 over WOR New York, your Mystery Theater station.
A woman has begged for forgiveness. A woman we already know deserves none. And what about her husband? A man with a miraculous second chance. Has he the humanity to be forgiving? Can he change the already preordained course of fate? In the first playing out of this particular chain of events, who was the ultimate victim? And who escaped? The answers are waiting.
Please, Mort, give me a chance.
I think we can work it out, Sherry. With your cooperation.
Well, just tell me how.
It'll be just the way you and her planned it. Except that I'll be using the other ticket that you've already reserved for South America.
But what do we use for money?
Just what you and Herb would have used. I already have the diamonds. We can leave immediately.
Yeah, but the horse race.
That doesn't matter anymore.
Doesn't matter. When you've already bet
Don't
10,000.
look so guilty, Sherry. I'm aware that you know about that.
Mort, you're scaring
I'm
me.
also aware that the bet means nothing to me. That the horse isn't going to win.
How can you know all these things?
Let's just write it off to the strange fact that I have suddenly acquired second sight.
Now you're scaring me even more.
Maybe that's the object. Come on, let's pack and go.
But, Mort, if you're going to lose the bet, how is it going to be paid?
Oh, that's the beauty part. That's going to be your ex-boyfriend's problem, Herbie.
But he hasn't
The money?
got...
Well, like he threatened me, then he can pay for it in blood. Now, do you want to hang around and do the same?
You couldn't leave me. I know too much.
That's how it goes, sweetie. That's why my offer to come along isn't exactly take it or leave it. Let me put it another way. I've already reserved an earlier flight, and I'm leaving on it with or without you. No, it's now or never. Make up your mind.
Mort?
What?
It still isn't too late.
Too late for what?
To go back? Start all over?
How?
Well, the race hasn't been run. I could talk to Herb. Maybe get him to call us the bets.
Forget it, Sherry. The bets are down, all of them. It's too late to call anything back.
What are you slowing down for?
We need some gas.
We must have enough to get us to the airport. We're right at the bridge.
Oh, I wish you could know how familiar this conversation sounds.
Why are you turning off?
We have an appointment right below the bridge here.
You're scaring me again. Mort, what is it about you that...
Maybe I've become the agent of fate.
The what?
It's finally catching up to you, Sherry.
I don't know what... Mort, don't turn left here. This is end. It ends at the river.
I found that out once.
Well, Mort, I think you're crazy. Mort, let me out of here.
Oh, no, sweetie. I can't do that. A coffin is a coffin, no matter who the corpse turns out to be.
What do you mean?
You and her planned for it to be me. I've just revised the plan. I've decided the only one that really deserves to be shot is you. Goodbye, Sherry. Welcome to my grave. I forgot I should have waited for a plane going over to drown out the shot that killed Sherry. But it didn't really matter. No one heard it but two of us. It wasn't much of a climb back to the highway, and I had plenty of time to walk to the airport. I had no baggage except $1 million worth of diamonds. And for the first time in as long as I could remember, I was free.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. An unexpected total inversion due to extreme weather conditions, aggravated by a heavy smog, has caused a temporary shutdown in all air traffic. Arriving planes are being shunted to alternate landing fields, and there will be no takeoffs on all scheduled airlines until further notice.
The stunning announcement caused me my first twinge of terror. I had to get away. With a deep breath, I took hold of myself. I mustn't give way to panic. I was safe till at least Monday as far as the diamonds were concerned. Their loss wouldn't be discovered until then. But I had to get out of town before the race was run and lost. I knew Herbie would be looking for me. I could head for the nearest airport that was cleared and take a plane from there. The answer was just across the terminal building.
Your attention, please.
Oh, miss? Excuse me, miss?
I'll be with you in just a minute,
I've been waiting for almost half an hour.
Be back in a moment.
Some panic, huh? You think there was a war on or something, huh?
They've canceled all the flights.
Yeah, I just heard. I come in here to use the plumbing. Now I see where maybe I'm going to make a heavy buck today.
Why? What do you mean?
What do you say, mister? I run a hack.
Oh, excuse me just a minute. Miss?
It's a car you want to rent, sir. I'm sorry, but there isn't a thing.
You want to go back to the city, friend? Like I was saying, I got a hack outside.
Oh, brother, you're a lifesaver.
Yeah, well, you hear the deal. 50 smackers.
I'll tell you what. You take me to the nearest airport where planes are flying, and I'll pay all expenses and $100 bonus.
No sale, friend. I'm a family man. I don't show up for dinner. The wife would clobber me. Besides, save your dough. For a 5-0, I take you to the railroad station. You get a train out.
A train? Yeah, sure. Come on. Oh, what's the matter, driver?
You got me. Some traffic jam. Looks like fire trucks up there at the station.
Well, there's a cop over there. See if you can get his attention.
We got it already, Bubby. He's on his way already.
You headed for the railroad station, buddy?
Yeah, officer. I got a passenger going.
You got nobody going nowhere. There's a fire in the tunnel. There won't be a train out of here for several hours. Turn over at the next corner.
Now, wait a minute, Sergeant. You don't understand. I've got to leave.
Do yourself a favor. With the airport shut down, there's fire in the tunnel. What you should be worrying is find yourself a room for the night.
Well, the bus station. I can get a bus.
That's where the laugh is on them. I mean, the business they could be doing tonight, and their drivers had to pick this weekend to go out on strike. Okay, Hacky, you're holding up traffic. Move on.
What am I going to do? I don't know, mister. But I'll tell you one thing. You've about used up your 50. Make up your mind wherever I drop you. It better be close.
Just let me think a minute. It was a nightmare. The bad dream to end all bad dreams. You know the kind. Where you have to escape, but you can only move in slow motion. Your feet are buried in mud like glue. You're caught. You're trapped. You're helpless. You know there's no way out.
Okay, Mac. This is it. End of the line. I don't take you no further. Hey, watch it, Bobby. Let's not throw any fits or nothing. I already got enough trouble out of you.
You don't get the joke.
I ain't interested. I want you out.
You know where you've stopped? Right in front of my own house.
So ain't that a lucky coincidence? I brung you home. So out.
This is the last place in the world I want to be. I can't get out here.
Hello, Mort. I've been waiting for you.
Herb. Look, Herb.
Let me give you a hand out. You look a bit shaky. And don't make any sudden moves. Oh, you got your fare, Hacky?
I got it, mister. Take care of your friend there. He's kind of in a bad way.
All right, let's keep our hands nice and open where I can see him. And then we'll go inside and we'll have a little chat. So when you heard the race results, you came back to pay off your debt to me, and you left Sherry waiting for you at the airport, right?
That's right, Herb.
And you want to pay me off in dimes.
Well, like I told you this morning, I don't have the cash on hand.
Yeah, I'll get that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is Mr. Herman. Oh, they are? Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be there to pick him up. Right away. Yeah, thank you for calling.
What was that?
The airport. Ceiling is lifted. They're flying again. They wanted to confirm your reservations. You're on the next flight out.
Well, how am I going to get there?
I got my car outside. Our business is all finished. I'll drive you out to the airport. Come on, Mort. We don't want to keep Mrs. Herman waiting.
I appreciate you going out of your way like this, Herb.
Don't mention it. As a matter of fact, it just fits in with my plans.
What are you doing? Don't turn off here.
You and I have a little final business to complete.
No. Not under the bridge.
Oh, you know this little spot, huh? Is that where you gave it to Sherry?
What are you talking about?
Come on, jerk. When I took that gun from you, I could smell it had been fired recently. When I couldn't reach Sherry, as we planned earlier this afternoon, I had to figure maybe you'd caught on about us. That's why I was waiting for you when you got home. What did you do with her, Mort?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure you do. Come on, get out. Now, give me your coat.
Herb, please. Please.
Coat, jacket, pants. I want all the diamonds.
Herb, please.
Did you give her any chance? What did you do, shove her back in your car and roll it in?
Look, she had no right.
Okay, you forget it. Now, you just drop those clothes and walk to the edge of the pier. I wish I had a car to bury you in. But I'll take my chances on the tide. Move!
It didn't make any difference. It all turned out the same, didn't it, Herb?
I don't know what you're talking about. But by me, it comes out even. Goodbye, Mort.
Where am I?
Right back where you started.
But I didn't change anything.
Did you really think you could?
But Herb gets away with everything. And I killed Cherry. At least she could still have been alive.
Well, don't worry about that. Think back to the first of your yesterdays. Remember a second shot? Herb sent Cherry with you into the river, locked in the car.
Well, then how did I...
When you were in the back seat. The door wasn't closed completely. The water pressure opened. You surfaced. and drifted on the tide to the bank, where a police sergeant found you and brought you here.
Where?
To the hospital. They're operating on you right now.
Then I'll live?
Do you think you should?
I could prove it to you. If you'd just let me have yesterday again.
Oh, no. No, I'm quite satisfied now.
About what?
That you belong to me. Now I pick up my part of the bargain.
Your part?
Tomorrow. I'll take care of all your tomorrows.
Your man just died on the operating table, Sergeant. You can go on home. Catch some shut-eye.
You kidding? I just got a new headache. Know that cutoff by the bridge to the airport?
Yeah, the one that goes down to the docks?
Yeah. Guy coming up from there got creamed by a trailer truck. Killed him. Busted his car to nothing. And get this. Scattered diamonds all over the road. I mean, by the hundreds.
Stolen?
That's my job to find out. Well, sorry about your patient. Funny thing, I saw that little guy earlier today by the railroad station. Frantic to get out of town. With all the communication jam-ups we had today. Wonder what he was trying to run from. I guess we'll never know.
But we do, even if the sergeant never learns. And we also know it caught up with him. He was a weak little man, and a scared little man, and a stupid little man. None of which is any excuse. Mort Herman got exactly what he deserved. I'll be back shortly.
John Wingate here, and a reminder, if you're only getting 400 yards to a gallon of gasoline, may I make a suggestion? You can drive around this weekend in your own backyard. You can take it to the car wash and drive back if you're getting 400 yards to a gallon, okay? Seriously, on the Wingate News Digest at 10 o'clock tonight, a big man of the Auto Club of New York will tell you if you're headed for the Poconos, for Rockland, for Westchester, for the Hamptons, watch out. Gas is dry all over the city. Another special tonight. A major home heating oil distributor says you're in luck. The price is going down. And he doubts the entire shortage. Doubts it, and he'll tell you why. Then later, someone you don't know, a 16-year-old. What he thinks of, quote, the energy crisis, of Mr. Nixon's speech, of everything. What ambitions, if any, for a 16-year-old kid in New York. Wingate News Digest, tonight, 10 o'clock, WOR.
This is WOR New York, your Mystery Theater station.
In the beginning, if you remember, I mentioned an often misquoted line. Backward, turn backward, O time, in thy flight. It was written by a lady named Elizabeth Akers Allen, and the misquote is one word. Not thy, it's your flight. But the preposition is of minor interest. It's the adverb that really matters. Backward, to turn time backward. One of man's dreams since time began. An idle dream, as we know now, because even if we could, in the end, it turns out just the same. Our cast included Mandel Kramer, Paul Hecht, Evie Juster, Ralph Bell, and Gil Mack. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. And now, a preview of our next tale.
You'll have to believe me that Leo won't give me a divorce. Don't you see how easy it would be to take his place?
Yeah, fine, but what happens to him?
Well, that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the problem.
I thought maybe you could think of a way out.
Yeah, I can, but I don't like it.
Try it on me.
No, I think you've already tried it on, and you like it.
Maybe.
Not maybe, positively. That's what you wanted to lay on me when you said you wanted to talk.
You're not only sexy, but you're smart.
Yeah, you bet. Smart enough to stay away from murder.
Well, who said anything about murder?
I did, my lovely. I did. I said murder.
Radio Mystery Theater was sponsored in part by the Kellogg Company, makers of Kellogg's Special K cereal. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
The WOR Mystery Theater was brought to you by ShopRite Supermarkets, where you get a lot more for a little less, and by Suburban Savings, with offices throughout North Jersey. The preceding Mystery Theater program was furnished by the CBS Radio Network. Here now, a short scene from tomorrow night's thrilling tale on the WOR Radio Mystery Theater.
You look exactly like my husband. I'd ring her. Here, take a look at this picture.
Hey, that's scary. I didn't know two guys could look this much alike.
How would you like to be my husband?
No way. I like being who I am, Al Grissom.
But don't you see how easy it would be to take his place?
Yeah, you bet. But it's easier to stay away from murder.
Well, who said anything about murder?
You did, my lovely. And my answer is no way.
Ringer, starring John Lovejoy with E.G. Marshall host. A man and woman plots a murder with a man who looks just like her husband. Their victim, her husband. Gloria Winters is amazed to discover that a man she found hurt on a highway is a ringer for her husband, whom she wants to divorce. The two are attracted to each other, and soon are figuring out a way to get rid of her husband, but not his fortune. Our cast tomorrow night will include Joan Lovejoy, Leon Janney, Larry Haynes, Bob Dryden, and Paul Hecht. The WOR Mystery Theater.
Good evening, everyone. This is Patricia McCann. Samira and Muhammad Salan will talk about the food of Lebanon tomorrow morning at 11:15 a.m. Along with other members of their family, they run a Middle Eastern restaurant right here.
CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Welcome to the fear you can hear. Welcome to the sounds of suspense. Have you ever noticed the similarity between night driving and making your way through life? Driving at night, you can only see as far as your headlights show you the road. You never know what's over the next hill or around the next curve. And even on a straight road, your vision only extends as far as your lights. Life is very much the same. None of us really knows what lies ahead.
You look exactly like my husband. I'd ring her. Here, take a look at this picture.
Hey, that's scary. I didn't know two guys could look this much alike.
How would you like to be my husband?
No way. I like being who I am, Al Grissom.
But don't you see how easy it would be to take his place?
Yeah, you bet. But it's easier to stay away from murder.
Well, who said anything about murder?
You did, my lovely. And my answer is no way.
Our mystery drama, Ringer, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Murray Burnett
and stars Leon Janney. It is sponsored in part by Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, brewers of Budweiser, and by the Kellogg Company, makers of Kellogg's Special K cereal. I'll be back shortly with Act One. You're on a blacktop country road about 18 miles east of the little town of Eudalia. It's raining hard. You're driving a Citroen Maserati, and it handles. But you have your problems. You're going to be late for dinner, and you have a husband who doesn't appreciate lateness. The night seems to be getting blacker, and the rain shows no sign of easing.
Darn this rain. While I'm at it, darn the weatherman who promised clear and cool weather.
Your name is Gloria Winters. And then the headlights pick up something in the road. Whatever it is, it's a problem because it doesn't seem to move.
Come on, stupid, move. Get out of my way. My, it's a man. What happened?
A car hit me and drove off. Thanks for stopping.
That's okay.
Well, a lot of people didn't.
Do you think you can make it to my car?
Yeah, with a little help.
Okay. There we go.
Oh.
That's it. Steady now.
Yeah, I guess I better.
Just here. Just slip into the seat.
Yeah.
There you go. I'll close the door and come around the other side.
Watch yourself. There's some crazy guys driving this road. You're soaked.
And you're hurt. I'll take you to the Hermitage.
What's that?
The hospital.
Oh, no. No hospital.
You're bleeding.
Now, looks worse than it is. It's sure playing hell with your car, huh?
Well, you must go to a hospital.
No way.
But why?
Because hospitals are for dying.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's what everyone tells me.
Well, I don't care what
Look, I can't ever thank you enough for picking me up, but I have this thing about hospitals.
But you
I promise you, I'm not going to die.
Okay. Where to?
The Three Coyotes Motel. It's just outside.
I know where it is.
Oh.
No, come on. Just put your head on the pillow and don't be a baby.
You're some dynamite kind of good Samaritan.
Well, I have a right to see what you look like under all that dirt and blood, haven't I?
No argument.
This may hurt.
Oh.
There. Well, now you're beginning to look like you have it perfectly.
Is that bad?
Oh, no. It's nothing. I just thought of something.
Like what?
You look exactly like my husband. But I mean exactly. You could be identical to him. You don't believe me?
No, I believe you.
Well, that's why I got such a shock when I cleaned you up and got a good look at your face in the light. You're a ringer for Leo.
Oh. Why does that shake you up?
Oh, Leo and I are having our problems.
Isn't everybody?
I suppose. I'm just wondering...
Yeah?
Well, I'm wondering what you were doing walking down Route 38 in the rain at 6:15.
I missed the bus.
There's no bus on Route 38.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I did.
Okay, I suppose you've got a right to know the story. I live in Chicago. I'm a market analyst.
Come again?
I advise my customers about what to do or what not to do in the stock market, sort of a security specialist.
Are you, married?
Oh, no. But that's part of the story. Years ago, I fell in love. She was from Chicago, too, but it didn't work out. You've heard the story 100 million times. You met someone, we said a sentimental goodbye, she cried, I felt sick, and we made the usual commitments. If she ever needs me, You know.
Romantic.
Mm-hmm. Romantic. Well, the day before yesterday, I got a call from her. She was living near Eudalia. She was in trouble.
What kind of trouble?
Well, it was private. And there'll be no names.
Okay.
So I came. Naturally, she didn't want her husband to know. She didn't want my car to be seen by the neighbors. Well, you know how small towns are.
Yes, I know.
So I let her call the shots. She picked me up, drove me somewhere close to her house. She was supposed to drive me back, but her husband had called and said he was coming home early.
Well, where was he supposed to be?
He was on a business call that would have kept him from getting home before 9. So our appointment was cut short. She panicked, and I walked, trying to thumb a ride. This widow came along, and pow. And you found me.
What a difference. What a difference. You look like Leo, but you're completely different. Leo wouldn't cross the street to help a blind, crippled kid find his crutch. While you...
And you stopped and picked up a stranger lying in the road.
Well, I told you that Leo and I don't get along.
But you married him.
I didn't know what it would be like. Anyway, what are you going to do now?
Oh, I'm going to change motels and lie low until I can go back to Chicago without having to explain the way I look.
What about the girl you came to help?
No, that was a bad scene. No, nothing I can really do for her. She has a decision to make.
So have I. Will you help me to make it?
If I can.
Oh, you can now. You can. In a very big way.
I don't like it, Gloria. I don't like it at all.
You have been saying that for a whole week, Leo.
When's he going back to Chicago?
When the scars heal and nobody will ask questions.
How about the name of the girl he came to help?
He won't tell me.
I don't like it.
Oh, Leo, trust me.
Why?
Because I'm a woman.
If you could give me one good reason.
I've given you 1,000,000 reasons. $1 million. Al is the man who can do it for us.
You really believe he's leveling about the securities market in his background? Maybe he's conning you.
Why?
Take a look in the mirror.
All right. Suppose he is playing me for a sucker.
And we're
still all right, maybe even better. Just trust me.
Do I have a choice?
You always have a choice. Don't ever forget that. You made one the day you married me. Oh, I do love you, Al.
Me too.
No, we have some serious
Come
things.
here.
Come on, be serious.
We can't go on like this.
What?
Isn't that what you were going to be so serious about? Tell me that we can't go on like this?
Well, yes. How did you know?
Oh, because people are more predictable than the stock market. And, darling, I've studied the market and I know its moves.
Okay. Then continue.
With what?
What else I had to say?
Oh, it was going to go something like this. I told you I was fed up with Leo, and until you came along, I just didn't see any way out, but now...
You're doing super. Go on.
But now, if we love each other, I can divorce Leo, and we'll get married and live happily ever after. Right?
Not exactly.
Where'd I go wrong?
On the divorce.
You don't want a divorce, Leo?
I know Leo. He'd never give me a divorce.
Does that matter?
Well, a woman wants a little security.
Hey, with your looks, you don't have to worry about that.
Looks don't last forever.
Well, nothing does.
Some things do.
Okay, name one.
Death?
You know, I never met anyone like you.
Not even that girl you came out here to help?
Not even her.
And you have no parents, no relatives. Nobody except yourself.
Just me and my shadow.
We've talked a lot about Leo. You've never seen him.
And I don't want to.
I'd like you to look at this picture of him.
That's scary. I didn't know two guys could look this much alike.
I told you.
Yeah, but...
You thought I was laying it on for your benefit.
I guess.
And now?
I believe you couldn't tell us apart.
I guess this was in the back of my mind ever since I first saw your face.
What was?
How would you like to be Mr. Leo Winters?
Oh, no way. I like being Al Grissom.
Don't you see how easy it would be to take his place?
Yeah, fine, but what happens to him?
Well, that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the problem.
I thought maybe you could think of a way out.
Yeah, I can, but I don't like it.
Try it on me.
No, I think you've already tried it on, and you like it.
Maybe.
Not maybe, positively. That's what you wanted to lay on me when you said you wanted to talk.
You're not only sexy, but you're smart.
Yeah, you bet. Smart enough to stay away from murder.
Well, who said anything about murder?
I did, my lovely, I did. I said murder. And I also said no way.
But that's stupid. You don't even know Leo.
You're really serious about trying to get rid of him.
Oh, think of what it would be like. Mr. and Mrs. Leo Winters, you and me, happily married for the rest of our lives.
Now, you jumped about 3 tracks in a couple of miles. You're too far down the road.
Why?
How did you get Leo to let you come and see me? Did you tell him we were playing backgammon or chess?
Well, you know how greedy he is. He thinks that you're going to make him a lot of money with your connections in the Chicago market.
But we've still got a little problem to solve about his departure.
Ah, then you're interested.
Lady, if I hadn't been interested, either you or I would have been long gone from this room. You must have been thinking about this for some time.
I have.
And you must have come up with some ideas.
I have.
Well, I'd like to hear them before I commit myself.
You will. But I promised Leo I'd be back at 3:30 sharp. That doesn't give us enough time to discuss it now.
No, but it does give us enough time to...
Seal the bargain?
Once you agree to discuss the idea of murdering someone, you've taken the first step along a road that is full of hairpin turns, some of which don't even have warning signs. We'll be back shortly with Act 2. It's me again, and we're talking about murder. That is, we're not talking about it, but Gloria Winters and Al Grissom are trying to arrange a murder. It isn't a simple task, as you will hear.
No, hiring a killer is just setting yourself up for big trouble.
Well, do you have any better ideas?
No, not yet.
You'd better come up with one, because Leo's getting suspicious.
Oh.
You don't have a gun.
Now, we've been through that.
Well, you could buy one.
And it can be traced.
Not if we get rid of it afterwards.
Gloria, I know the way the police operate. When a husband gets knocked off, the first one they check out is his wife. And statistics show they have a better than even chance of being right.
But I'm going to say it was a prowler.
Now, what makes you think they'll believe you?
Hey. I've got it. Why didn't I think of this before? The same thing that happened to you before, only this time it'll be fatal.
Hit and run?
Of course.
You know, the more we talk, the more I'm beginning to think we ought to forget about the whole thing.
No.
All right? What car are we going to use?
Well, we'll rent one under a false name.
Mm-hmm. And who's going to rent it?
Well...
Now, you see, the guy who rents either one of us a car will remember us. And even if we give a false name...
But why should they be worried if they get the car back?
Because the hit and run will be discovered. They'll start asking questions.
Well, I'll be home with a friend as a witness.
No. Hit and run is a crime. They'll go looking for the driver of the car, and that has to be me. No, I don't like anything we've come up with. And we've got to stop thinking about murder. Now, the cops are going to be looking for somebody and continue to think of more than an accident.
Hit
and run isn't natural. Nobody's going to dig much into what looks like a natural death. If we could get a doctor to sign a death certificate, we'd have it made.
I know a doctor.
Oh? Well, he can't be in on it. He's got to think it's death from some kind of natural cause.
I said I know a doctor.
Who?
His name is Carmody. Carmody. He's about 85 years old. He's our family doctor. He was my mother's doctor when I was born.
Is he still practicing?
Well, not really. But he refuses to give up the families he's treated for years. So he still looks after me and Leo, sort of inherited him when we got married.
Mm-hmm.
An idea?
Just a glimmer. Would this doctor believe you?
Oh, of course. Come on, let me in on it.
Okay. What do you know about poisons?
Practically nothing.
Yeah, well, that makes us even. Now, what we need is some kind of poison that looks like he died of a stroke or a heart attack or maybe some kind of food poisoning.
Mushrooms.
What?
Toadstools, mushrooms. They're poisonous.
Yeah, but he's not going to eat them.
He will if I cook them.
You know, that might... No. He'll get suspicious if you give them to him and you don't eat them.
Well, we need to know more about poison mushrooms. The library. I'll go there.
Your mind? You'll go asking for a book about mushrooms and then call in this doctor to look at Leo who's just eaten some bad mushrooms.
All right. I understand. But I've still got to... I'll see you later.
Where are you going?
To find out what I want. And nobody will ever know. Al? Lee?
Where have you been?
To see Dr. Carmody.
Of all the dumb plays.
Relax, darling, and give me a kiss. I think I really have something.
What did you do?
Toadstool. A fleshy fungus that is poisonous or inedible as distinguished from an edible mushroom.
Oh, great. We knew that before you left.
But we didn't know that aconite, which was formerly much used as a cardiac and respiratory sedative, is the poison that comes from toadstool or monkshood and can be deadly.
You didn't ask?
Of course not. I know that Dr. Carmody always visits his few patients between 3 and 4, so I went to his office and told the nurse I wasn't feeling well.
No.
She knows me and let me in to wait in his office. And he has a lot of books. So I read.
Yeah, and what did you tell Carmody when he came back?
Oh, he's such an old love. I made up a story about being tired and not feeling well, and he gave me a tonic, which I'm going to get.
You know, maybe we're getting somewhere.
Oh, we're there, darling. We are there.
All right, slow up. Now, first, where can we get the
aconite?
Aconite. Yeah, that's it.
Suppose I told you we don't have to get it.
Well, I'd like to hear why.
Okay. My dad had a bad heart.
Oh, how long ago was that?
About 7 years.
And you're telling me that this Dr. Carmody prescribed aconite?
Right.
Well, how do you know the stuff's still good?
I don't.
Well, it doesn't seem to be.
Well, this is the only way we can handle it. If it doesn't work, we won't get into any trouble. And if it does, we won't get into any trouble either. So what have we got to lose?
You know, when you put it that way...
Do you know any other way?
No.
Then let's try it.
Okay, let's work it out.
Okay. Day after tomorrow, Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
That's Eileen's night out.
Right.
I'll buy the mushrooms tomorrow. Then I'll cook a great steak dinner with all the trimmings. And Leo and I will eat it.
And you too?
Of course, I'll have to.
Mm-hmm.
I won't eat too much, though. But enough to make me a little sick.
Yeah.
Then when Leo begins to feel sick, I'll suggest we call the doctor.
Carmody?
Of course, Carmody. He'll come and ask about what we ate, and I'll say steak and mushrooms, and he'll say, mushrooms? And right away, diagnose mushroom poisoning and give us something.
Yeah, I'm with you so far. And then?
And then after he leaves, I'll tuck dear old Leo into bed, tell him I have to go to the drugstore to get something. I'll go down and let you in.
Wait a minute. What do you need me for?
We're in this together, my love. And I want you there.
I'd damn well better disappear after Leo dies.
That will be just fine. And we'll set up a very, very romantic meeting place.
That's real good coffee, Gloria.
Thank you, darling.
You really should have made that pie. I gotta watch my figure.
I know how much you love it. You want to go into the den?
Oh, not particularly. Look.
What?
You feel all right?
I feel fine.
You sure those mushrooms were good?
Of course.
I don't know. I feel kind of funny.
Even if they weren't, it's too soon for them to act up.
How do you know?
Oh, I've known about mushrooms since I was a kid.
Well, all the same, I've got pains in my stomach. Call Dr. Carmody. You really think it's the mushrooms, Doctor?
I know it's the mushrooms. Has to be. Both of you ate them, and you tell me, Leo, that you ate more than Gloria.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I get for being a pig.
Well, you're going to be all right. Just stay in bed, and Gloria, you get this prescription filled.
What about the pain?
I'm giving you a sedative also. Yeah, what I can't understand is how you cooked those mushrooms in the first place, Gloria. Your mother told you about those things when you were a child.
Well, I know, and I feel just awful. I can't explain how it happened, but I'm sorry. I have no excuse.
Yeah, no use crying over spilt milk. Yeah, I better get home to bed. You get that prescription filled, young lady.
Oh, I will. Let me take you to your car.
Hello?
Are you ready to come over and sit with a sick friend?
It worked?
Like a charm.
How was Dr. Carmody?
Just as we planned. He diagnosed mushroom poisoning. Bawled me out gently. But we're lucky. That visit to his office paid off.
How will I get into your house?
Well, you know where the house is?
Yeah, I do.
Park 3 blocks away on Green Tree Lane.
Mm-hmm.
You know that little place I told you about off the road?
Yeah, I remember.
Don't walk the streets. Just cut across the fields.
Mm-hmm.
Head straight north. Better take a flashlight. Ours will be the first house you come to. The back door will be open.
Okay, I'm on my way.
Make it fast as you can. I think Leo heard me come back. He'll be yelling for his medicine.
Come in and shut the door.
Okay.
Did you lock it?
No, that's a good idea.
Here, let me. I'm waiting for the kettle to boil.
Why?
You don't think I can get him this stuff straight, do you?
Well, why not? He's expecting medicine, isn't he?
He won't taste it in his tea. He likes it sweet. And I am going to make it very sweet. There. Hand me the cup.
No. You know, I could do with a cup of tea myself.
How about something stronger?
Oh, you got something?
Oh, we're completely equipped.
Huh. Oh, don't forget to wash out the glass and put it away.
Don't worry.
All right. Hey. That's plenty. Have to be able to walk straight.
Drink as much as you want. I'll finish what you leave.
Gloria!
Yes, dear?
What happened to the medicine?
I better get upstairs. I'll be right back. Save me a drink?
Yeah, how long will it take?
Oh, don't ask me, Al, darling. It's the first time for me, too.
This liquor tastes funny. You know, I'm imagining things. I better finish before she gets back. Hey, I feel funny. I better sit down.
Al, what happened?
I'm sorry. I made so much noise. I don't feel too good. Don't worry about the noise, Al. It's all right with me.
What? Well, I guess the aconite wasn't too old, Al?
Stupid. This was a setup all the way.
All the way. I must admit you did make it tough.
Not as tough as you made it for me. You know, you're a hell of a...
Dame. You're right, Al.
No, not Dame. I was going to say a hell of a liar.
It wasn't all lies, Al. I'm expensive. And there is $1 million life insurance policy. And when I saw your face, I realized that this was just too good an opportunity to miss.
You know, there's a little something I...
Help me get him upstairs and into my bed.
Yes, dear.
It's no time to get hysterical.
No, I'm not. It's just funny to me that Al's going to wind up just where he wanted. In your bed.
A murder has been accomplished. The happy couple, Leo and Gloria Winters, still have a way to go before they achieve their goal. But murder sometimes makes for strange and uneasy bets.
You really think it's the mushrooms, Doctor?
With Act 3. The Scottish poet Robert Burns' oft-quoted line, "The best laid schemes of mice and men oft gang a glee," doesn't seem to apply here. Leo and Gloria Winters have successfully killed Al Grissom, a man who looked enough like Leo Winters to have been his twin. They've carried him up to Leo's bed, and now at 4 o'clock in the morning, a frantic Gloria has summoned her sleepy and bewildered family doctor, for whom she plays the distraught and bereaved wife.
I don't understand.
Oh, neither do I, Doctor. I gave him the medicine you prescribed, and he seemed to feel better. And he dropped off to sleep, and he...
I think you'd do well to take that sedative yourself. You can't go on this
It's all my fault if I hadn't given him...
No, it's no one's fault, Gloria. If there's any blame attached to this tragedy, it's mine. But certainly his symptoms earlier didn't seem to warrant more action than I took.
Leo's gone, and I killed him. Oh, God.
Gloria?
I'm sorry, Doctor.
It's all right. It's perfectly understandable in this situation. Now, I want you to take this sedative and go downstairs and lie down. I'll attend to everything.
All right, I will. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Gloria. Have I ever told you how clever you are?
Not more than 1 million times in the last week.
That's an exaggeration.
So?
So I love you.
You should. Without me, would we be here on Riviera and Pratt, living the way we've always wanted, with $1 million, and the whole world waiting to see that we enjoy ourselves?
Do you think we can ever go back to the States?
Well, I don't want to. Do you, Leo?
Much to Leo.
I'm sorry. I've been pretty good, though, lately, haven't I, Al?
You've been great. You must have really been good with old Doc Carmody, too.
Oh, he was so upset and so confused. I threw the most beautiful fit of hysterics you ever saw.
Wish I could have seen it.
Oh, so broken up. So he insisted on handling everything, even the insurance people. He never gave him a chance to question anything. He signed the death certificate and had the body out of the house and into the crematorium before they ever got there.
What about returning to the U.S.?
Oh, I don't think we should for a while. Maybe in a couple of years, But never to Eudalia. Maybe San Francisco. New York.
We'll see. How about a dip?
Huh?
Al Grissom. A pleasure to see you again, Al. How you doing? Now, that's a silly question. I can see you're doing great. No one stays at a class hotel like this unless he's doing great. But I always said you had class, Al. Yes, and style. Oh, you want to introduce me to the girl who's hanging on to you?
I'm afraid you got the wrong man.
Don't you mean you're afraid I got the right one, Al?
Look, I don't know you. I've never seen you before in my life.
Now you're not being smart, Al, and you were always very smart. That is, until 3 months ago, when you made your first mistake.
Hey, come on, darling. Let's get away from this.
You forget it. You're finished with that getting away stuff.
Well, how can I prove to you that you've made a mistake? My name isn't Al Grissom.
You're registered under a false name? Come on, Al. I'd recognize you anywhere. But I still can't figure why you didn't try some kind of face job. But like I said, you haven't played this very smart from the beginning.
Look, mister...
Oh, the name is Grafton. Lou Grafton. And I'll meet you at the Promenade Cafe in an hour. 1 hour, Al. And you be there.
Who is this guy?
Don't ask me.
And who should I ask?
Maybe Al.
Very funny. Didn't Al ever mention this Lou Grafton? Must have said something.
Nothing.
Well, I don't believe you.
Well, why would I lie?
I don't know. But you certainly were cozy enough with Al
I
to know...
found out what I had to. What we had talked about. He had no family, no relatives, nothing, nobody to trace.
I'd better meet this guy and find out what he's talking about.
I'll go with you.
I don't think that's smart.
We're in it together, Al. Who knows? I may even be able to help.
Glad you could make it, Al. Sit down.
This is Gloria.
Nice meeting you again, Gloria. Tell her you'll meet her in a little while, Al.
She's in on this.
On the whole deal?
Yes.
You certainly changed, Al. You never put a dame on the spot before.
On the spot? Oh, well, look. All I meant is that she's with me. You've made a mistake, and I don't even know what you're talking about.
Darling, why don't we listen to what he has to say?
Smart. Al, this is the only time I'm going to go soft. The only time. Well, because we've known each other so long, and... well, because we didn't pull it off the first time. Now, I've talked to John. I got him to agree that if you give us the whole take, we'll forget about what happened.
The whole take?
The whole $2 million, Al. All of it. Well?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
What's there to think about? What's your alternative? You going to try to run again? You know we'll get you. You've seen it happen 100 times to other guys who've tried to cross us. Now, you just tell us where and when we can pick up the cash. And just thank God that I could make the deal for you.
It isn't all that easy.
What's your problem?
It's no use. You wouldn't believe.
If you got a problem, you know we can help, but don't give me any fairy tales.
I need time.
For what?
To think.
There's nothing to think about.
Well, from what you say.
How much time?
Another day.
Oh, no deal.
Look, if you want to do business with me, you'll just have
Tonight. You'll be in your room at 10. That's plenty of time to think. And while you're at it, think about doing it our way. Or this time, you'll really end up very...
$2 million.
That's a lot of dollars.
Yeah, you're a big help.
Well, I might be if you'd stop repeating the figures over and over again.
There's no way we can get $2 million. I've got to prove to them that I'm not Al Grissom. Then they'll leave us alone.
And how do you do that?
Of course. Fingerprints. I'll have absolute proof. Even those guys will leave fingerprints.
And who's going to tell them? You?
No. I've got to arrange somehow for the police to send my prints to Washington or somewhere.
And the police will get word back that these aren't the fingerprints of Al Grissom, but really the prints of a man named Leo Winters, who supposedly died 1 month ago and whose widow collected $1 million in life insurance.
You're right. That's the only way to go. How do we convince him I'm not Grissom?
I don't know. We went to a lot of trouble to prove to the world that you were.
Who was this Grissom? He must have been awfully big to get into a deal like this.
I think he must be calling you.
Me?
Who else?
Well, I don't want to answer it.
Well, that's not smart. They know we're here.
Now, don't start talking like Grafton. Hello?
Al, it's me.
What do you want?
Al, I was wondering whether you'd made up your mind.
Not yet.
It's 9 o'clock.
You said 10.
I did, but John's not happy.
What do I care about John?
You should, Al. After all, he's got a real legitimate beef. You worked for him for years. You were always clean. You took the hot stocks and you cashed, and you made money, and so did we. But I guess the $2 million got to you.
Look, I've got some more thinking to do, and I'll see you at 10.
Well?
I know who and what Grissom was. He took hot stocks and bonds and cashed them, and then turned the cash over to...
The boys?
Well, I suppose you could call him that.
Does that help any?
A little. Maybe.
How?
At least we know what they're after. If there was some way we could trap the... some way to fool them.
Well, suppose there were. Then what?
I don't know yet. And play along with me when Grafton comes up at 10. Yes?
Grafton.
You finished thinking? All finished.
And?
I'll go along with you.
Now, why couldn't you have told me that this morning? You had to get John's blood pressure up.
Forget John. I told you I had problems.
And I told you it would help.
I don't have the $2 million with me.
We never figured you did. Where is it, Chicago?
I'll pick it up.
When?
As soon as I can.
Would you stop playing games? When?
It's back in the States.
Okay. Now, you'll get the next plane.
Not so fast. It's somewhere in Udalia, and I can't go back there.
Why not?
A little something. The cops might want to talk to me.
About what?
About a girl I visited there, and an old friend.
What's wrong with visiting an old friend?
Nothing. If you don't get caught by her husband and get into a fight, beat him up, and he calls the cops.
That's not much of a rap.
That's right. But you'd want to see me in jail.
Yeah, you got a point. We'll pick up the dough.
No way.
Why not? We're going to get it anyway.
You're going to get it. But I want some assurance that I'm going to be okay.
You have my word.
I'd like a little more than that.
Like what?
Well, that's what I've been trying to figure out. Some way I'll be sure that...
Look, if you haven't figured it out by now, you're not going to. I get the plane tickets.
You sure don't give me much time.
We gave you time before, Al. Too much time.
Will you stop pacing up and down like an animal?
Gloria, I think I may have an idea.
I hope.
On the plane, I'll tell them I figured it out. Since I can't go back to Udalia, I'll insist that I want someone representing me when they pick up the money.
But there is no money.
They don't know that. I'll insist that you go along.
Hold it.
You'll be all right.
What happens when they find out there isn't any money and I'm there and you're not?
Put in a call to Carmody. Tell him you can't get over what's happened, that you need help, and that you've gotten into some kind of trouble. He should have the police there. Then you take them to the doctor's house, and with the cops there, you'll be in the clear.
And you?
I'll be gone. I'd rather be alive and running than the other way.
I don't like it.
Then think of something better, because that's the way I'm going to play it.
Now, Al, I know you won't get any crazy ideas at this stage of the game, but just in case you do, these two young fellas here are in our party. And they'll be on the plane with us all the way to Chicago. Thanks.
Flight 39 to New York, now loading at gate 3. Flight 39
Yeah, that's up.
now
That's
loading
right.
at gate 3.
Excuse me. One moment, please.
What do you want?
Lieutenant Fourneau, Interpol. I believe you are Mr. Leo Winter.
I'm afraid you're mistaken. I've known this man for years. His name is Al.
Mr. Winters.
You heard him. You've got the wrong man.
Please, don't make a fuss, Mr. Winters. I'm instructed to hold you for the murder of an Alvin Grissom in New Delhi.
Hold me. What about her? She's my wife, and she was in on this from the beginning. The whole thing.
We know all about Mrs. Winters. In fact, she was the one who informed us about the murder. In return for some small promises.
She told?
You asked me, remember? You said, think of something better. And I did.
Come along, Mr. Winters. Gentlemen, you'll excuse us.
I'm coming, Lieutenant. I'm coming without any trouble. You see, Grafton, you didn't believe me. If you'd only have believed me, maybe we could have worked out a deal after all.
The Winters had a good plan, and it all would have worked, except for one thing they couldn't have foreseen: the bend in the road ahead, and what lay around it. I'll return shortly. If Gloria and Leo Winters could have known what lay ahead of them, they would never have gone through with their plan. That is, if they could have seen into the future and around the bend. Yet actually being able to see into the future, to know what's going to happen next week, next month, next year, is a gift that most of us wouldn't want. Because who knows what terrors may lie ahead. Our cast included Leon Janney, Joan Lovejoy, Larry Haynes, Paul Hecht, and Robert Dryden. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. And now, a preview of our next tale.
Am I dead? Not quite. You're in a hospital with a bullet in your brain. As the saying goes, as good as in Sherry and Herb got away with it. Oh, it isn't fair. If I only had it to do all over again. Suppose you had. Could you do better? Of course. Of course, if I knew what I know now. Naturally. That would have to be a precondition if you're asking for yesterday to live over again. Oh, please. Please, give me the chance. Can you? Well, why not? I'm a bit of a gambler myself. Let's see how you can remake yesterday.
Radio Mystery Theater was sponsored in part by the Kellogg Company, makers of Kellogg's Special K cereal, and by Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, brewers of Budweiser. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
Community service is the key to great radio. This is Great Radio, WTAX 1240 on your dial in Springfield, Illinois.
Come in. Welcome. I am E.G. Marshall. Welcome to the world of your own terrifying imagination. Since the beginning of time, people have argued about the existence of ghosts. They've been called variously wraiths, specters, phantoms, apparitions, shadows, or shades. But everyone agrees that if there are such things as ghosts, they are the souls of persons haunting living persons. And that's what our story is about. Ghosts.
No one, Mr. Garth, whether professional ghost hunters or ordinary people, have ever been able to spend an entire night in that house.
Well, how many have tried, Mr. Flanders?
Well, I know of at least a dozen. And that's within the past 2 years.
Well, did you get any reports from the professionals?
Most sketchy ones. But they all say the same thing. That whatever or whoever it is that haunts that house, the manifestations are the most powerful and evil in their experience. They all mention nameless horrors.
Our mystery drama, A Ghostly Game of Death, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Murray Burnett and stars William Prince. It is sponsored in part by Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, brewers of Budweiser, and by the Kellogg Company, makers of Kellogg's Special K cereal. I'll be back shortly with Act One. Nameless horrors. A nice phrase. But as soon as you put a name and identity to horrors, somehow they prove bearable. In the last century, people have shown that they can and do bear up under mass genocide and atomic bombings. But the horror that is nameless, that is the most fearful of all. And our spine tingler will try to put a name to one kind of horror.
You are not real. There are no such things as ghosts. I'm just imagining things. But I see you. I see you. No, don't hurt me. Whatever you are, please, stay away from me. You want me to leave the house? I will, if that's what you want. Just please let me by. I'll go right down the stairs, walk out of the house, and never come back. Is that what you want? Please. No! Don't touch me! Let me out!
Suicide. That's what all the papers say, Mr. Garth. But we know better. It's ghosts. That house is haunted.
Mr. Flanders, my field of study is the supernatural. But I can't even begin to tell you whether I can help or not until you get control of yourself.
I'm sorry, but this whole thing is just about putting our firm out of business.
Well, the house, Mr. Flanders. Do you have anything on the history of the house?
Yes. It was built in the early 1800s by a sea captain named Ephraim Hatch for himself and his bride, a young lady named Lucy Endicott. And they lived in it for some 4 years until the tragedy.
You have the details?
Well, Captain Hatch was supposedly a hellraiser in his youth, but also a great seafaring man. He was in whaling and, if the rumors are true, slave trading. At any rate, he amassed a fortune. He fell in love with this Endicott girl who was the town beauty, married her, settled down, and built this house.
The tragedy.
Well, the story goes, as nearly as we can piece it together, that the captain returned from one of his voyages earlier than expected and found his bride entertaining a lover. He killed them both. Horribly. And ever since, the house has been haunted and unlivable. We're building a condominium. This house is a key location, right in the middle of the property we own. We can't even get wreckers to tear it down. No one will go near the place.
Well, you keep telling me that no one has lived in the house. What about this girl who just died there?
Oh, that was a stupid idea of my partner's. Her name was Roberta Ginley, a television reporter. She wanted to make a name for herself, and my partner sold me on the idea that if she spent a night in the house and then went on television and told people about it, our problems would be solved. Now we're in a worse mess than before. That's why we came to you. Well, there you are, gentlemen. The haunted house.
Well, is it always this windy, Mr. Flanders?
No, Mr. Kelly. Only when the wind blows from the east off the ocean.
Well, for a haunted house, it looks substantial enough.
Well, shall we go up to the house, Mr. Flanders?
Why don't you two go? I'll wait for you here.
You'll be quite safe, Mr. Flanders. It's broad daylight. Tim Kelly here has been with me in more haunted places and dealt with more ghosts than any man, except myself.
And don't forget Byron. Byron is my dog, Mr. Flanders. And like me, he doesn't believe in ghosts. Huh? Do you, Byron?
Oh, I'm not scared, gentlemen. It's just that I've seen the house so many times, well, I don't want to influence you.
Suit yourself.
Let's go, Byron.
You bring all our gifts in?
Well, it's back at the motel. We won't need it until tonight. Wow. They certainly built solid houses in the old days. Look at this door. What? Take it easy, Byron, boy. Everything's okay. You got the keys?
Right here?
All right, in we go. In we go. Come on now, Byron. Come on. We're on our way to meet the ghost.
Tim, keep Byron quiet.
Sit, Byron. Come on.
I don't think we should bother the downstairs. Let's go up and see where we're going to sleep tonight.
All right, I'm with you. Come along, Byron.
Oh, this looks like the master's bedroom. I'll sleep here.
And I'll sleep in this little alcove here, right off your room. Byron, what is the matter with you?
I wouldn't try to take him into that alcove, Tim. He can stay in this room with me tonight.
All right. Hey, there's a door here leading outside to what you call the widow's walk. Want to come out and look around?
I'll be right with you. Just checking the fireplace. You're going to need logs.
Okay.
Where's the door?
It's right here.
Hasn't been open in a long time.
Now, what a view. Look at that ocean. Any woman waiting out here to see her husband's ship come in might be blown away.
From what Flanders tells, the captain's wife wasn't too anxious for her husband to return.
That's right. She was too busy entertaining her lover. Watch out, now you moved the rail. Oh, right. Thanks, Mr. Scott. Hadn't caught me. I would have gone over. What happened? Oh, nothing. I don't know. I lost my balance.
Come on, Tim. We know each other better than that. What happened?
I really don't know, Alex. I swear. I thought someone pushed me.
Mr. Garth, I'm not at all sure I'm doing the right thing, and I'll understand if you don't want to go through with this. I'll pay all your expenses to date.
You're concerned about my safety?
Yes. A real estate deal is important, but not that important.
Mr. Flanders, you have nothing on your conscience. Tim and I will spend tonight in the house, and by tomorrow, the ghost should be at rest.
And you think there is a ghost?
Well, of course. I just don't believe in its malevolence. Have you taken care of the wooden logs for the fireplaces?
The men wouldn't go in the house, but you'll find plenty of firewood outside the door.
Fine. Then I'll be on my way.
I've never seen Byron act like this.
Something to think about.
Well, I've been with you on about 50 of these haunted house deals. You think there's something different about this one?
Well, I don't know, but I'm going to find out.
Well, I've heard that sort of moan before. According to you, Alex, it's a ghost in pain.
It is.
Sounds like the evening's entertainment is about to start.
Tim?
Yes, Alex?
We've worked together for a long time, and we get along so well because I respect your disbelief in the supernatural.
Which has come in handy when I uncovered a few tape recorders and other little fake devices.
Right. But for your own sake, Tim, there's something about this house that seems different. Now, please, be careful.
Huh? You trying to scare me?
Oh, I don't think that's possible.
Right. Now, how about some wood for my fire? Oh, whoever you are, if you're trying to scare us, it's not going to work. You know, in all the years we've been working together, Alex, I've yet to see a ghost.
But you've heard them.
Oh, so you tell me. You talk with them. I just hear noises, and sometimes they're man-made.
Mm-hmm, and sometimes not.
Would you strike a match, please? Ah, that's better. Get some of the chill off the room.
The fireplaces always seem to make a room more cheerful.
The electricity must have been installed around, I guess the turn of the century, huh?
Well, I've seen brighter lights, but at least we have light.
And candles. Oh, did I share mine with you?
No, I have a supply back in my room.
Oh, all right. Here we go again. Spirit wrapping. Oh, now I've made it angry.
Listen to me. Whoever you are, my name is Alex Garth. I would like to help you, but I can't unless...
Doesn't want to talk to you, evidently, Alex.
We'll see. Although you're my friend in the lie, you are often a disturbing influence.
Now, I won't deny that I'm an unbeliever. So I'll turn in now that the fire's going. And you can go back to your side of the room and commune with the spirits.
And with each other, Tim. We'll check with each other, as we always do. Oh, quiet, Byron. It's all right, boy. It's all right. Oh, trust me, Byron. You like your ears rubbed.
Expect me to sleep with all that racket going on? Has Byron gone bananas?
Well, I'm trying to quiet him. Easy, boy, easy. It's all over. Tim, is there any way we can get Byron out of here? He's beginning to froth at the mouth. He's covered with perspiration.
Well, I don't want to let him out now. He'll just get lost. He'll get over it when he sees nothing's happening. Hey.
What?
My lights just went out. How are yours?
Going. Gone. Easy, boy. Easy. I know you're in trouble. Please, let me help you. If you'll show yourself, I could help you. I've helped others. Believe me. Is your name Lucy? Lucy Endicott? If you are Lucy, would you rap twice? Can you? Byron, come here. Come here, right. Lucy, you're frightening a dumb animal. You're not frightening me. I'm sure you don't want to terrify a beast. He's never done you any harm. Byron, come here. Come out of that corner. Come to me. Too good. Come on.
Alex, the fire's going out in here. So we go to the candles. You've plenty of matches, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm fine, but I'm really worried about Byron.
Oh, somebody's playing games. I tried to find the fuse box if I could, but... Hey.
What is it, Jim?
Well, whoever's at the controls is pretty good. A nice cold gust of wind just blew out the match I was using to light the candle.
Well, I've got a couple of candles lit. You want one?
Oh, no, thanks. I'm not scared of the dark. That's pounding. That's a new one, isn't it, Alex?
It's new to me. It isn't spirit rapping.
Sounds like someone wants in.
You want to go down and open the door?
Oh, no chance. Hey, Alex, your side of the room rocking like a boat?
I'm steady as a rock.
Was that Byron?
Yes.
What happened?
I'm not sure. He did.
What?
His neck seems to have been broken. Tim, did you hear me? I said Byron is Tim. Are you all right? Tim, what is it?
Run! For your life!
Each man has his own nightmare. Something from which he will run, driven by the secret whips of his own fears. But I suspect that Alex Garth could not tell you what it was that Tim Kelly ran from that night in the house that faced the sea. We'll be back shortly with Act Two. Alex Garth, authority on the supernatural, has undertaken to spend a night in a house so demon-ridden that workmen have even refused to tear it down. Deserted by his friend and ally, Tim Kelly, who fled in terror from unknown fears, Garth knew that he had to face the rest of the night alone as the heavy outer door boomed closed behind Tim Kelly.
Will you show yourself now? I promise not to run away like my friend. You'll never find peace unless you let me help you. There can be no rest for you except through me. Do you think you're being punished for some sin you committed when you were alive? That isn't you. Is it, Lucy? Please, let me help you. I will not let you in, and I will not leave this house. Locking the room doesn't frighten me. I'm not afraid.
Mr. Coggin! We've split a tough, fellas. Keep her steady or I'll kill you! That letter I received in Trinidad tells me that my Lucy, my wife, is carrying on under the roof of the house that I built for her with young John Rogers. So, Mr. Coggins, we're going to drive for home and to hell with the storm.
Nightmares. We've all experienced them. But I venture to say that none of us has experienced the horrible sights, shapes, and sounds that Alex Garth saw and heard in that dark room of the haunted house for the next hour. And when he still held hard to his sanity and what remained of his courage, the apparitions changed in character. Garth no longer knew what was real and what was fantasy. He later told me that he may even have fallen asleep, hard as that may be to believe.
Alex? Alex Garth?
Lucy?
I am Lucy. Am I not there, Alex Garth?
Yes.
Even beautiful?
Very beautiful.
Would you not like to touch me, Alex?
Even if I wanted to, I could not.
You think I am cold and repulsive. That is what you think. John, tell Alex how nice I am to touch.
You are very nice to the touch, Lucy. Was John your lover?
You do nothing but ask questions, Alex Garth.
What should I do, Lucy?
Make me feel once more the touch of a man you love. And
Lucy, you're in torment. I can only give you peace.
torment? Why should I be unhappy? I live here in my house and... Of course, we were naughty, John and I. We tried to frighten you. But that was only because I don't like strangers in my home. Apologize to Alex, John.
This is a childish game you're playing, Lucy.
But I adore games. I love games. Come, dance a minuet with me, Alex. Isn't the music lovely, Alex?
I don't dance the minuet, Lucy.
John, you dance with me. This was how John and I first met. Doesn't he dance beautifully, Alex?
Very beautifully.
Remember, John? Remember how you looked at me that night?
Yes. And that old witch Hannah saw it and wrote the letter to your husband.
Oh, not then, John. It was much later. Look at me. that way again, John. Oh, you're no fun. No fun anymore at all, John. Alex, you come and dance with me.
No, thank you.
You are afraid, Alex.
Yes, I am afraid.
John, you heard. He is afraid.
I said I was afraid, Lucy, but not terrified.
Fiddlesticks. You play with words, Alex Garth.
And you want me to play ghostly games with death, don't you, Lucy?
Alex Garth, wake up.
I wasn't asleep.
You are here to drive me from my home.
Are you happy in your home, Lucy?
I will not leave. You shall fail. Others have tried. Would you like to see what happened to those others? I have a mirror you can look into in my room, just down the hall. Look in that mirror if you dare.
I think I've been given a fairly good idea already.
Leave this house, Alex. For your own sake, leave.
Tomorrow morning, Lucy.
Tomorrow will be too late.
It's good.
Sit down, Alex Garth, and the room will stop spinning. There. That's better, isn't it?
I'm still dizzy.
I warned you. Now, Alex Garth, now, look at me.
Good Lord.
You do not find me beautiful now, Alex Garth. Not now with the blood flowing from the wounds inflicted on me by when he murdered me.
Not murdered. Executed.
You would not like to kiss me now, Alex Garth.
Stay where you are.
You need not worry about my blood staining your clothes. It will not even show.
Stay away. Stay away.
I warned you, Alex Garth. You think no one would wish to embrace me now, with the cuts and wounds and blood disfiguring me. Is that what you think?
I'm not listening.
Someone will wish to kiss me. Someone who loves me.
I will kiss you, Lucy. I will embrace you.
And I will embrace you, John, my love, even with the blood flowing from your poor
I can't look. I can't.
It will do you no good to put your hands over your eyes, Alex. You will still see the bloodied lovers kissing.
No, I won't witness this horror. My thoughts are mine. And they're real. You're phantoms, and you don't exist.
For many we don't. But you know that we do. We are here, and we are real. And the only way you can banish us from your mind's eye is to run. Run, as your wise friend did. Run, and you'll see us no more.
No, Lucy. I'm not leaving this house.
This is the carriage bearing me to the burial ground, Alex. If you open your eyes, you can see into the coffin. The undertaker did a fine job. I looked almost as pretty as I did before I died. I was wearing the dress you've seen in, Alex, and the only mourner following who wasn't afraid of my husband's wrath, the only person who didn't believe I was a wanton. Do you believe that?
Yes.
You do?
Yes. Everyone feared Captain Hatch. And you, Lucy, most of all. You still fear him.
No. Oh, why won't you go?
Like you, Lucy, I am bound.
How bound?
By my knowledge, by my pride, by knowing if I leave now, I failed.
You have stayed longer than anyone.
Not long enough.
You mustn't stay. What you have seen it will be worse and dangerous for you. Even more dangerous.
And you're afraid for me?
Yes.
Why?
You really don't know?
Of course not.
But you've seen John. Have you not noticed that you are very alike?
Well, I really hadn't looked that closely.
Would you?
No, I believe you.
Then you must see how dangerous it is for you now.
Then help me.
I cannot.
If you would trust me and tell me what the control is, I could help.
You're very wise, Alex, but this is something beyond your wisdom.
Try me.
It's impossible. I am held here by forces stronger than yours.
How do you know what my powers are?
I told you, you are not the first who has been here, but you are the bravest, and your courage will destroy you.
Hello.
Mr. Flanders?
Who's this?
Kelly. Tim Kelly.
Where are you?
Austin.
What are you doing?
Flanders, I owe an apology. I owe Alex a lot more than that. Mr. Flanders, you've got to get Alex out of that house.
What happened?
Just get him out.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning, Kelly. You woke me up. I'm not quite functioning yet. What do you see? What's in that house?
Demons.
I thought you didn't believe in ghosts.
No, but I believe in evil. And Mr. Flanders, in that house, you can actually feel the presence of evil. It's all around you, and it's dangerous.
Now, listen, Kelly, Garth knew what he was getting into. It's up to him to handle it.
But I tell you, his life is at stake.
Well, if you're convinced of that, then it's up to you to do something about it. Not to run away.
You speak to me of powers, Alex Garth, yet you are afraid to test them.
What kind of test do you propose?
The mirror. The mirror in my room.
Let's go. Well, come along.
I'm warning you, Alex Garth.
Wait a second.
Your death machine will not help you.
Death machine? Oh, you mean the revolver?
Call it what you like. It spits fire and noise and has been used stupidly by stupid people against us. Surely you know better, Alex Garth.
No, it gives me something to hold on to. Come on.
You could try to hold on to me.
This is your room?
You fear to go in?
Well, I'm wondering what it is about this room that... This is the room Tim ran out of, isn't it?
The mirror is over here. Now, look in the mirror, Alex Garth. Look well. See, Alex Garth?
Is that you, Lucy?
It is I, Alex. She's a very young girl.
And your schoolmates? Who are they?
Schoolmates.
Is John among them?
Look. Look in the mirror.
I can't make out the faces. Now you're grown. I can't. Oh! No! No!
Mirror, mirror on the wall. What did the hunter of ghosts, Alex Garth, see in the mirror that so terrified him he lost his head and shot at the images in the glass? I'll be back shortly to tell you what Garth saw when I return with Act 3. Some people believe in ghosts. Some very thoughtful people. There are others who say if you believe in ghosts, you will see ghosts. And Alex Garth, expert on the supernatural, is not only seeing, but talking to ghosts. As experienced and as cool a ghost hunter as Alex Garth has just committed the childish act of firing his revolver into a mirror, shattering the glass into a million pieces, and doing the same to his composure.
Stupid. Stupid, stupid. Breaking the mirror isn't going to change anything, Alex Garth. The only thing you can do is leave.
I'm not leaving, Lucy, until dawn.
If you stay, your mind becomes a mirror. A mirror for all the things you don't want to look at.
Well, if I have to look, I will.
Then farewell, Alex Garth. You and I will see each other, but we can no longer talk until you join us.
Join you?
You are doomed. You will join John and me here in my home for all eternity. And God help you, Alex Garth, because I no longer can.
Lucy. Lucy, is that you? Lucy, my darling, my love, I must go now.
No. Please stay a little longer. Just a little longer, dear heart.
Why did you marry him, Lucy?
He went away, John, my love. He left and never said a word.
How could I, Lucy? You know I didn't have a penny.
You could have told me you loved me.
You knew that. You knew it all the time we were growing up.
Sometimes when people grow up, they change, John. And I was afraid you no longer cared for me.
That's why you married the captain.
I didn't want to be an old maid.
Oh, there was no chance of that.
I was afraid. John. He was so strong. John, I'm going to have a child.
What?
I'm going to have a baby, John. You're a baby.
You're sure?
I'm sure.
Then we have to leave. You must come away with me, Lucy.
Where will we go?
West. To a new place. For a fresh start. Somewhere where Ephraim can't find us.
There is no such place.
Of course there is. Lucy, you know what will happen if Ephraim discovers that...
Ephraim won't be home for at least a week. He was in Trinidad the last I heard...
Lucy, please. Your husband. Come on down and unbolt the door.
What do we do?
Hide. I must let in.
Where?
Anywhere. Quick. There, in my wardrobe, behind my gown.
Lucy.
Coming, Ephraim. Just getting my robe.
Don't be wasting your time, Lucy. It's been 4 months since I've seen you last. All right, Lucy. Where is he?
Who?
John Rogers, your lover.
Have you gone mad, Ephraim?
Aye, maybe. Mad with jealousy. Stop lying and tell me where he is.
You're hurting me.
Aye. And I'll be hurting you a lot more unless you tell me where he is.
Who put those terrible ideas into your head?
The widow Davies, that's who.
And you believe that old gossip?
Tell me she lies. Tell me.
Here. Lies.
Aye. Lie there and snivel whilst I roust out your fancy man from wherever he's cowering.
There's no one here, Ephraim. God is my witness. No one. Here it goes.
Well, for your sake, I hope you're right. But the widow told me she saw him sneaking into this house tonight.
She lied. She lied.
Maybe. And now, how about your wardrobe?
Ephraim! I am with child.
Get up on your feet.
The child is yours, Ephraim. Your child.
You think I'll have my wife carrying another man's child? No.
Oh, you'll be killing your own child.
Liar. Cheat. Stop. He's here. The man who got you with child. Then come here and stop me. Come on.
No. You know I can't do that.
Can't? You mean you won't?
You know as well as I do that I've never had anything to do with your wife. Just as you know very well who I am. What I'm trying to do here.
Then do it. I'll match my blade against your pistol anytime.
Captain!
No, John. No!
So, you came out at last, did you? Now, tell me how you like the taste of steel.
Here. Have another drink, Garth. You look as if you need it.
Flanders, there isn't enough liquor in the world to warm me. Not after what I saw at your house.
Then it is haunted.
By ghosts beyond anything in my experience.
Can you help me?
I hope so, but I'm not sure. I managed to stay the night, and I barely managed to survive. There's one room in the house that seems to be the focal point of all the manifestations. That's the room I believe was occupied by Captain Hatch's young wife, Lucy. That's the room from which Tim ran last night. And that's the room in which I saw things no man should ever have to see.
And you propose?
To hire some workmen?
No, that's impossible. I told you what happened when I had work.
I can understand why no workmen from around this area will go near the place. I intend to import a couple of men I've used before.
Well, you could try it, but what would you want them to do?
To dig into and around that room and see if we can find something that will account for the hauntings.
We?
Well, you and I will be with them.
Correction. I hired you, Garth. You'll be with them. And report back to me. Hello?
Flanders, this is Olive Garth. I'm calling you from a diner just down the road from the house.
With good news?
With news. My workman walked out.
Well, that's that.
If you want that house cleansed, all I ask is you meet me there in half an hour.
Well, why do you need me?
Well, for two reasons. One, I don't know what may have to be done to the house, which is your property. And two, I don't think one man can do all the necessary digging that may have to be done.
Oh, I see what you mean about this room.
Yeah, we'll try not to think about this house or the stories about it. Just hand me that hammer.
What do you want with the hammer?
I'm going to test these walls, the floors.
You think there's a secret passage or some nonsense like that?
Well, I don't know what there is, but there must be something. You'll have to take my word for it that what goes on in this house isn't an ordinary lost or restless spirit seeking solace. It's something that's planned and controlled.
How?
That's what I hope to find out. Ah! Here.
You found something?
I think so. Listen.
That sounds hollow.
Yes. And the further down you go towards the floor, the hollower it sounds. I mean that crowbar.
Well, maybe we should let things be.
Not if you want to rid the house of the ghosts.
Well, what will we find?
Lord knows. Here goes.
And wait. Can't you handle this without me?
You scared?
Well, I think I'd feel better if I stepped outside.
Be over in a minute.
I don't think I'm going to be able to stand this.
Well, just think of something else. You get a thought, you hold on to it.
Well, I can only think of the sea and the storm and the ship driving and a woman.
Flanders, hold on to me. Hang on. And look. Look, there's nothing down there but a room. Look for yourself.
God, why should I be so terrified? Why do I want to run?
There are steps. Come on.
No, you want me to go down?
Come on, it's only an empty room.
I'm not so sure it can.
Come on. Steady now.
What's that?
It's a table.
There's something on it.
I know. Let's see.
It's just a plain saucer.
Yeah, the saucer's plain. But look what's in it.
What is that stuff?
Well, I'm not sure, but it looks to me like... or something like mercury. I'll bet there's mercury in it. We'll have to have it analyzed.
What's that on top of it?
A needle.
Look at its spin.
I see. But don't you see anything else?
No.
Well, look under the saucer.
Looks like a slip of paper.
It does indeed. Let's have a look at it if I can get it out without disturbing the... There we are.
There's writing on it. What does it say?
As moves this needle, so moves my will. Accursed be this house and all who dwell therein. See to it that they find neither rest nor tranquility, but be doomed to eternal agony and torment beyond the ken of man and woman. To which I affix my seal and signature, Ephraim Hatch, master of the schooner Lucy.
Do you mean to tell me that this piece of paper, that source of liquid and a needle...
Look out! The saucer! Be careful! Oh. Quick, the ladder! Hurry, Flanders! The smoke! I can't breathe! The ladder! Quickly! I'm right behind you!
How do you say thanks to a man who saved your life?
Oh, don't bother. You wouldn't have been down there in the first place if I hadn't insisted. I owed it to you to get you out of there.
God.
Yes?
I want to explain about my upsetting the saucer. I wouldn't say this to anyone except you, but I'll swear that something pushed my hand. Do you believe that?
Yes, Flanders, I believe it. And now your house is cleansed. The fire will see to that.
For those of you who are skeptical about the existence of such things as ghosts, I have a suggestion. Find a house reputed to be haunted and spend the night there. And then let me know about it. I'll be back shortly. Alex Garth is still an avid investigator of the supernatural. However, he has a curious reluctance to tell people about what he saw during the night he spent in that house on the New England coast. And he never admits that many times in the dead of night, he sees again the face of Lucy, her lover, and the terrible sword of Captain Ephraim Hatch. And he awakens with his mouth open in a soundless scream. Our cast included William Prince, Ralph Bell, Joan Tyson, William Redfield, and Gil Mack. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. And now, a preview of our next tale.
Are you saying the legend is true that Millie has offended the beast goddess and is being punished?
I don't know what I'm saying. But look at her. She's flushed, breathing rapidly. She could burst through that sedative any minute.
Kevin, I'm so hungry.
Try to rest, darling. I'm going to speak with the hospital in Rio. I'll describe her symptoms. They'll arrange to get her there.
My wrist. Oh, my wrist. Oh,
Doctor.
It's burning. Oh.
Look at her wrist. Look at her wrist. Something's on it. It's a design. It's the shape of that bracelet.
Kevin, it's your imagination.
Is it? Look. Do you see that symbol? It's on every ornament worn by the goddess. The design decorates her dress.
It's just a raw, ugly scar.
But it's her sign. The sign of the beast goddess.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
You're listening to WTAX Radio.
Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Welcome to the sounds of suspense. Welcome to the world of your own terrifying imagination. So many catastrophic things happen in this world because a lady asks a gentleman a question and then refuses to accept his answer. For instance, the Lady Eve. What great harm could it do if I took just the tiniest bite of that apple? Or the lady named Pandora. Why would it be a calamity if I should sneak just a quick little peek into that box? Now add to the list a charming young lady named Millie. She also has a question.
Why can't I have the bracelet, Kevin?
It belongs to the temple.
Oh, nonsense. It's been lying here in the jungle for at least 1,000 years. Who'd miss it?
Its owner, the beast goddess.
Oh, come on, Kevin.
And you know what she does with people who steal her property. She turns them into animals.
Really?
Well, it's the local legend, Millie. Now, you just take that little bracelet off your arm and put it back exactly where you found it.
Sure.
Millie, I mean it.
Sure, Kevin. Sure.
Our mystery drama, The Sign of the Beast, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Sam Dan and stars Lois Smith. It is sponsored in part by Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, brewers of Budweiser. I'll be back shortly with Act One. What is the difference between man and beast? There are those who ask, is there a difference? It wasn't very long ago that man himself was a beast, a carnivorous hunter with an insatiable appetite for raw meat. True, quite a bit has happened since. We've learned manners, we've invented civilization and culture, we've created a conscience, a code of morals, a system of ethics. But how deep do all these things go? Does the beast still slumber in each of us, waiting patiently, biding its time, ready at any moment to assert its mastery with fang and claw? This is going to be a very vital question for the very pretty and vivacious young lady who at this moment is riding in a helicopter. The copter is hovering over a large clearing deep in a South American jungle.
Here you are, Millie.
Thanks a million, Larry.
It's a sure bet Kevin and Professor Jorgensen won't thank me.
Better lift us out of here before they make you take me back.
You know, Millie, I don't think I'm doing you a favor.
Just toss my duffel bag over the side.
What's more, it could cost me my job. Company's coming.
And leading the parade, the adorable Kevin himself.
Well, all ashore is going ashore. This ship's sailing right now.
Thanks again, Larry. And if I ever leave Kevin, I'll marry you.
Gee, and I thought you liked me. Now jump out fast.
And furthermore,
you haven't even kissed me.
Look, I'm very angry about this, Millie.
You could still kiss me, Kevin.
You promised to stay at the base camp.
That was last week.
But we're moving into the jungle tomorrow.
Kevin, we've already been through all the arguments. Category A, danger from animals. Well, I brought the 405 Anson Carteret, and I'm a better shot than you are.
Now listen, Millie.
Category B, danger from rare, unknown, mysterious, incurable tropic diseases. You have just as much chance of getting one as I do.
Dr. Jorgensen will be furious.
Your Dr. Jorgensen is my Uncle Bert. I can handle him.
It isn't a matter of handling people.
Well, it's true, you know. Millie can always handle me.
Uncle Bert, I love you. A kiss to see me.
Dr. Jorgensen will have to radio that idiot Larry.
I'm not going back, Kevin.
Sir, won't you make her see reason?
I warned you about this, Kevin. Last year, when you said to me, how about an introduction to that good-looking niece of yours, I told you the problems, but you would have her.
And I'm worth it.
Oh, Millie, it's only because I love you so much.
Uncle Bert, why don't we leave Achilles here to sulk in his tent while you show me around the camp?
Oh, and there's somebody you should know, that tall, powerful-looking fellow. His name is Imara. He's our straw boss. Imara, whenever you want something done, you...
Yes, Dr. Jorgensen.
Imara, this is Kevin's wife. Her name is Millie.
How do you do, Amara?
It is an honor to meet you, Millie.
Imara is in charge of setting up, taking down, and moving the whole camp.
Ah, well, I can see he does a splendid job.
Oh, no. The fact is he does a very bad job.
What? What did you say?
I said he does a poor and unsatisfactory job.
Uncle Bert?
No, it's the truth.
But everything looks to be so neat, so orderly.
Actually, Imara is unbelievably incompetent. He deserves to be fired.
I think that's unfair and heartless.
Excuse me, Millie. Imara, please go to Kevin's tent and bring Millie's .405 rifle.
Yes, Doctor. At once.
Uncle Bert.
No, before you say another word.
How could you be so heartless?
You must understand, Imara, his primitive superstitions, his beliefs.
But he's not some ignorant savage. You can tell by his speech. He's obviously educated. Must you insult him?
Millie, you simply cannot compliment these natives.
These natives? Oh, my, aren't we condescending? And why must we not compliment them? Will it spoil them as servants? Will it drive up the pay scale?
Oh, Millie, where to begin? In Imara's religion, he is surrounded by a host of jealous, angry, implacable gods and goddesses. They do not tolerate praise for human beings.
That's nonsense.
One man's nonsense is another man's devoutly held belief. You terrify Imara when you praise him. Therefore, on this expedition, never. There's a charm in being, quirky, kooky, offbeat. Just obey orders. Don't, under any circumstances, praise anybody. Understand?
Yes, Uncle Bert, I understand.
Things are bad enough. In the first place, you're a woman.
Well, I like that.
You need some prestige. That's why I sent him for the rifle. Hit some tin cans, break a few bottles at 300 yards, and you'll be one of the boys.
Uncle Bert, you actually are a male chauvinist. Who would have suspected it?
Well, I have to pack away my instruments. Can I trust you not to get into any trouble?
Implicitly.
Very bad shot, Millie.
And now, I'll break that bottle next to it.
Oh, that was terrible.
Not bad, if I do say so myself. And that's every bit of 250 yards. Now, you see those 3 cans?
You are a very poor shooter, Millie.
That's nothing. You should see me when I'm in practice. Oh, my. I didn't know we had children in the camp. Who's that youngster by the kitchen tent?
It is my little boy. He stays here with me till we leave the jungle.
What's his name?
His name is Isara.
Isara. Oh, what a lovely name.
No, it is an unpleasant name.
I should think you'd be proud.
Proud? Me? Proud? Why do you say I'm proud?
Oh, because he's such a handsome child.
No, he is plain, he is ugly.
He seems so intelligent. Notice how patiently he lines up those stones and shells.
No, you're stupid, I swear to you. He has no sense. He disgraces his mother and me.
Well, what are you saying, Imara?
This child is a fool. Anyone can see that. Now, I must go.
Where?
I must go clean the rifle. I must go.
Well, what made him so upset? Oh, now I remember.
Amira, you may serve the coffee.
I know the cuisine has left something to be desired these past few days, Millie.
Oh, none of this bothers me. I can live on tea and toast, fruit and vegetables.
By tomorrow sometime, we'll come to the ancient temple, the forbidden ground.
I have the cameras ready.
I must caution you, Millie. We were permitted to come here only because I promised the chief, who is my blood brother,
We do have a wild family, don't we,
that
Uncle
we
Bert?
will not defile the holy grounds. Now, all around you'll see scattered ornaments, bric-a-brac, all sorts of things. Touch nothing.
Uncle Bert, I hardly have to be told.
We can photograph anything, everything, but it all belongs to the goddess, the beast goddess.
It'd be dangerous to touch anything anyhow. You see, dear, this is very possessive.
I don't know why I have to be treated like a child and indoctrinated with lessons in basic honesty. I've been on digs with you before, Uncle
You
Bert.
take anything that belongs to the beast goddess, and she'll transform you into a wild animal.
What's that, Uncle Bert? Those drums.
You get used to it. It's just the native telegraph service.
What are they saying?
Oh, I never learned to read them exactly. I can just get the general idea. I think it's news of death.
Death.
Yes, it's someone's death.
How can you tell?
Well, the basic rhythm speaks of death. And since it's a very beat, it's probably, well, the death of a child.
A child?
Yes, I'm sure of it.
Millie, is something wrong?
Oh, I have a headache. I think I'd better turn in.
Amira, let's put the scaffold here. I want to climb this wall and study the inscription. Millie! Darling, you feel better?
Yes, I suppose so. I'll just have to live with this headache.
Come here a minute.
Okay.
I'm Mara.
Yes, Millie.
Your little boy. Sarah. He's, isn't he?
Yes. How did you know?
I know. I'm sorry.
I thank you.
I mean, I hope you don't...
Yes, Millie.
I hope you don't think I'm responsible.
Why should I think that, Millie?
Because... oh, I don't know. Yes, I do. It's because I praised him just a few days ago, and you seemed so upset about it.
I was upset?
Oh, yes, very much. And Dr. Jorgensen told me...
I know. I know what he told you. But my little boy, died of fever. The way so many children here do. Suddenly, without warning.
Then you don't blame me.
I blame you? No. I am not a...
I felt terrible.
I was afraid you might.
You see, in our culture, we believe in praise, especially when it comes to children. We automatically say nice things about children.
I understand. And have a gift for you.
For me?
We have a custom. When we make someone feel bad, we must give that person a gift. And the person must accept.
That's such a lovely bracelet. Where did you get it?
Here.
Oh, but we're not supposed to...
There are thousands of pieces of ornament. Who would know? Place it on your wrist. Ah, see how pretty it looks.
Oh.
Wherever you look, thousands of beautiful things. This is the very last. Besides, it is the custom. You see, you would have to explain why I gave it.
I understand.
And it would make them uncomfortable. Because everything they have come to believe about superstition would be wrong.
Millie!
What is it, Kevin?
Bring the camera. I want to shoot these inscriptions.
Thank you again, Amara. And it will be our secret. I'm coming, Kevin.
Yes. Go to him. Go to your husband, arrogant, heedless, ignorant woman. You have defied my gods and killed my son. Your punishment has been decreed. It has already begun.
Well, Aymara is obviously a man of parts, and he's already shown us quite a few of them so far. The punishment that has just begun will be expanded and continued when we return shortly with Act 2. Is it entirely valid to suggest that the best way to... There seems to be some historical basis for it. Archaeologist Kevin has ordered his wife Millie not to touch any of the artifacts or ornaments found in his latest discovery. And now, he finds it impossible to take his eyes off her wrist.
Is this the section of the temple wall you want me to film, Kevin? Kevin? Kevin, what are you looking at?
What's that on your wrist?
Oh, well, it's just...
Millie, Dr. Jorgensen told you. I told you. Under no circumstances were you to touch anything.
Well,
You not only touched it, you're wearing it.
Look, these silly superstitions.
Where did you get it?
Kevin, I don't like that tone of voice.
Hey, what are you two quarreling about?
Show him, Millie.
Oh,
Uncle Bert, listen.
I must ask you, Millie. Where did you get it?
I found it.
You found it here?
Well, around.
Millie, I can tell by the workmanship. It was made by an ancient priest of the temple that has the same symbols.
What's all the fuss?
Millie, I thought we all understood.
Why can't I have the bracelet?
Because it belongs to the temple.
Nonsense. It's been lying around the jungle for at least 1,000 years. Who'd miss it?
Its owner, the beast goddess.
Kevin, are you serious? Listen, go ahead. Tell me the rest of it. Tell me she turns people who steal her property into animals.
Amara, let's put the...
Overlooking a point, Millie.
If it were made of gold or silver or precious stones, I could understand, but it's just a twisted piece of copper.
Well, for all I know, we're being watched. If so, you can expect a poisoned arrow through your throat any second.
You know, I listened to the two of you, and I...
Millie, your trouble is that you don't listen.
Now, let's not have an argument. I gave my word. That's all there is to it. Millie, you will take that bracelet off your wrist and put it back. Put it back exactly where you found it.
Sure.
I mean it, Millie.
Well, sure, Uncle Bert. Sure.
Here. These are the symbols the Incas used for weddings.
Well, could they have originated this far north and east, Dr. Jorgensen?
Millie, photograph this section of the wall.
Yes. I need some more film. I'll be back in a second.
Well, you don't have to go. We'll send a mirror.
No, it's all right. I just want to stop off at the kitchen tent. I think I need a snack.
We just had breakfast.
I know, but I'm hungry.
Are you sure you feel all right, Millie?
Oh, I'm fine. Just a little hungry. That's all.
Millie, about yesterday.
What about yesterday?
The bracelet.
Oh, that. Forget it, Uncle Bert.
I know that you see so much just lying around. It seems silly to make a fuss over some trinket, but...
I'm willing to forget it, if you are. Hi, Mara.
Yes, Millie.
Where's the cook?
He will be back soon.
I was wondering if there's anything to eat.
What would you like?
Well, I'd like some meat.
I could cook a slice.
Oh, would you please, Amara, and hurry?
Will this be enough?
Just throw it on the fire.
Yes, Millie.
That's good. Oh, that smells good. Be careful, don't burn it.
I just put it...
No, you're burning it. Amara, that's good. It's good. Right now, just the way it is. I tell you, it's fine.
Yes, Millie. Let me get you a plate and a knife and a fork.
Oh, hurry.
Here you are, Millie.
Amara, put up some more.
Kevin.
What is it, Amara?
You asked me to prepare a list of supplies for the helicopter.
Yes, good. Let me write it down.
First, we need fresh meat.
Okay, fresh meat. Wait a minute. Didn't Larry fly some up just a couple of days ago?
Yes, Kevin.
Oh, we should have at least enough for the rest of the week.
The cook says he has only enough for tonight's meal.
Oh, that's impossible.
Would you like to see, Kevin?
I take your word for it. But is someone stealing meat?
I cannot say, Kevin.
Well, I know we eat a lot of it, but still, All right, put down meat. And this time, get plenty of it.
Is there any more meat, Amara?
I will go see.
meat since I've known you.
Aren't you going to finish yours, Kevin?
Well, I've had enough.
Let me have your plate.
The air out here must agree with you, Millie.
I'm starved, Uncle Bert. I don't understand it.
You must be famished. Honey, you haven't had meat in so long you've forgotten how to eat it. You have to chew it before you swallow.
Excuse me. Here are some chops.
Take them back. They're too well done. I want some rare.
I'm sorry. This is all we have.
Tell him to put up some more.
There is no more meat.
Well, that's right. Larry's due in with supplies in the helicopter.
When will he be here?
Well, I don't know. Sometime today.
Why don't I take the 405 and shoot us a deer or something we can eat?
Millie, are you all right?
Of course I'm all right. Now, why do you ask?
Well, don't snap my head off.
Millie, you'd better get some rest here. You're tired.
I'm not tired. I'm hungry.
Millie, darling, something's wrong.
Why?
Well, because this isn't like you, that's all.
Kevin, I don't know. I have such a pain in my stomach.
What kind of pain?
Hunger. That's the only way I can describe it.
But you shouldn't be hungry.
I can't help it. I have this terrible craving for food. Oh, no, not for food, for meat, for red meat. Oh, Kevin, Uncle Bert, I'm frightened.
Take her to a tent, Kevin. Take her to a tent. We'll give her a sedative.
Oh, yes. Maybe that'll be best. Maybe that pain will go away.
Yeah, come on, dear. Now, come on.
Kevin, you'll wake me when Larry gets here in the helicopter with the meat.
Sure.
Promise.
Yes, dear, I promise.
Is she asleep, Kevin?
Yes, finally. Dr. Jorgensen, what's wrong?
I don't know.
I've never seen her hysterical. Are you as worried as I am?
I'm worried enough to want to get her to Rio, to a hospital.
Let's radio Larry to get that damn helicopter here pronto.
I just spoke to Larry. We have a problem. It seems the helicopter needs some repairs.
What kind of repairs, for God's sake?
I don't know. It was technical. Larry's working on it.
Larry, he's an idiot. If he hadn't brought her here,
It's our fault, yours and mine. We let her stay.
What are we going to do?
You say she's asleep. Well, all she needs is rest. Maybe when she wakes up, she'll be better.
Kevin.
I'm here, dear. I'm here.
Oh, I was so sleepy.
I know.
It's dark out. What time is it?
Well, it's almost midnight.
You let me sleep. You didn't wake me.
I couldn't.
But Larry was here and he brought the meat.
No, dear. The helicopter's out of order.
Oh, Kevin, I am so hungry.
Well, I knew you'd be hungry when you woke up, so I'll make you an egg sandwich.
No, I want some meat.
But there isn't any.
There's plenty of meat.
Where, Millie?
All around you. Out there. There's deer. There's wild pig. Can't you smell it?
Oh, no, Millie.
Let me have the 405. We'll be able to feast.
You can't go. No, I'm in the morning.
You can't hunt in the morning. All at night.
Darling.
That's the time.
Now listen, here are some pills to calm you.
Kevin, something's wrong with me. I don't know what. I say things I don't understand. I have urges. Oh, I can't even describe. Hold my hand.
Yes, dear. What is it, darling? What is it?
Oh, my wrist! My wrist! It's burning! Oh, it's on fire!
What's the matter, Millie?
Look at her wrist.
Oh, that's a very ugly-looking irritation. How did you get it, Millie?
Oh, I don't remember. I don't know. Oh, Uncle Bert, I don't know anything.
I'm out. Here. Now, Millie, you must try to be calm. Try, dear.
Yes, Uncle Bert, I'll try.
Now, tell me, how did you hurt your wrist?
I don't remember.
Try to think. Try to remember.
You probably have an infection, some kind of bruise.
I don't have an infection. I'm not sick. I'm hungry. Do you understand? I'm hungry.
You want me, Dr. Jorgensen?
I'm all right. Bring the medical kit.
I'm hungry.
Well, the first thing we have to do is put a penicillin ointment on that bruise.
She's feverish, ravenous appetite for meat. Bruise on wrist. Could be anything. She could have scraped it against a bramble, anything.
Or an insect. Dr. Jorgensen, we have to get her out of here. Now, radio Larry. Tell him it's an emergency. We have to do something.
Don't lose your head.
Listen, Millie.
Kevin, won't you get me something to eat?
Yes, dear, I will.
I have the medicines, Dr. Jorgensen.
Good.
Oh, Kevin, you don't love me.
I think we'd better put her to sleep. Hold your arm still, Millie, dear.
going to bleed!
Hold her arm, Kevin.
No, no!
Amara, I want to ask you a question.
Yes, Dr. Jorgensen.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yes.
Where? When?
Once, it was a man. He had invaded these holy grounds. He had stolen a jewel from the beast goddess.
Yes, go on.
He then became a beast. He disappeared into the jungle, and he was never seen again.
Thank you, Amar. You may leave. This kind of superstition we can do without.
Maybe. And don't bite my head off. Maybe there's something to it.
Something to what?
To what he's saying. Oh, I know. Primitive superstition. But look at us. You and me. Between us, we carry a considerable supply of the knowledge of the civilized world. Between us, we have degrees in medicine, anthropology, chemistry, sociology. Can we explain it?
Are you saying the legend is true, that Millie has offended the beast goddess, being punished?
I don't know what I'm saying. But look at her. Look how troubled, how agitated she is. She's flushed, breathing rapidly. She could burst through that sedative any minute.
Kevin, I'm so hungry.
Try to rest, darling.
I'm going to get on the radio.
The helicopter is out of order.
We're past all that. I'm going to speak with the hospital in Rio. I'll describe her symptoms. They'll arrange to get her there.
My wrist! Oh, my wrist! Oh,
Doctor!
It's burning! Oh!
Look at her wrist! Look at her wrist! Something's on it!
Oh!
It's a design! It's the shape of that bracelet.
Kevin, it's your imagination.
Is it? Look! Do you see that symbol? It's on every ornament worn by the goddess. The design decorates her dress.
It's just a raw, ugly scar with some very wavy lines.
But it's her sign. The sign of the beast goddess. The sign of the beast.
It could be a coincidence.
Do you believe that? Tell me, do you believe it?
Kevin, I don't know what to believe.
Well, you've got a pretty good handful of advanced college degrees in that tent. Most of them in the sciences. And it's surprising how quickly knowledge abdicates in the face of the unknown terrors of the jungle. Can science be just a veneer also? I'll return shortly with Act 3. Hamlet said that there were more things under heaven and earth than were dreamed of in philosophy. Hamlet should be with us in a tent, deep in a South American jungle, amidst the ruins of an ancient temple, because there are more things than any of us can dream of.
Is she still asleep?
I think so.
She shouldn't be left alone.
I'll go back in the tent in a second. Dr. Jorgensen, I just had to find out. Were you able to radio the hospital?
Kevin, it's 2:00 in the morning.
What's the difference?
My contact there, the chief of medicine, he's due at 7.
Can't he be reached?
Kevin, he's returning from vacation. He's on the road. It's only 5 hours. Don't worry.
Poor Millie. You know, she really didn't mean any harm. And there are scads of this stuff lying around.
I know.
It's a pretty little thing. Who'd miss it? She didn't think it was stealing.
Kevin, don't talk as if...
As if what?
As if you believe this is the revenge of the beast goddess?
Can you rule it out?
Kevin!
If they can't send a copter for her, I'll carry her out of here on my back. Those drums, what are they saying?
Is it important?
I'm getting so jumpy. What are the drums saying?
Oh, nothing.
That isn't so, Dr. Jorgensen.
Why do you make an issue out of it?
Why do you refuse to tell me? Now, you can read those drums. The way I can read a telegram. Now, what are you trying to keep from me?
It's just that I thought the agitated state you're in right now...
Well, don't make it worse. What are those drums saying?
Well, it has to do with revenge.
Revenge? What was that? Well, those are rifle shots.
Well, who'd be firing at this hour?
Come on. Millie! Millie! Oh, she's gone.
She's got a rifle.
Amira, wake everybody up. Rouse the camp. We have to find Millie.
Be careful now. Watch every footstep.
It's a good thing there's a moon.
Millie! Millie, where are you?
Those shots came from just about here.
Why did she go out?
Oh, let's quit pretending. You know why she went out. To hunt.
At night? Why?
Because she's hungry.
Oh, Kevin.
When are we going to face it? Admit it.
Millie! Millie, can't you hear us?
Look.
Where? Oh. Oh, no. No, she can't be dead.
Millie.
She seems to be breathing. There's blood all over her.
But it isn't her blood. She must have shot this deer and... Millie. Are you all right?
All right. I feel so nice and warm.
Have you reached the doctor yet?
Yes, Kevin. They're sending a copter. It'll be here late this afternoon or tomorrow morning.
Oh, that's great.
They're doing the best they can.
Oh, sure.
I'll be reasonable.
Reasonable, huh? My wife is being destroyed before my eyes.
It seems there is, or they think that this might be a very unusual disease.
Oh, come on.
It's an infection. She might have picked it up from the bracelet.
What are you talking about?
It could have scratched her when she put it on.
And?
Well, it's been lying here for hundreds of years. All kinds of parasites, microorganisms. Anyhow, it seems this disease creates enormous cravings for protein.
And what does your man suggest?
Massive doses of penicillin.
Well, do we have enough?
I hope so. I'm Amar.
Yes, Dr. Jorgensen.
Bring me the medical chest.
Kevin!
She's awake. I'm coming, dear.
Kevin.
No, Millie, now lie still. Don't get up.
Oh, I feel so comfy.
How's your wrist?
My wrist? Oh, it's okay. It only hurts when I feel hungry.
And you're not hungry now?
No. Oh, you know, I had such a crazy dream. I better not tell you.
You've got to. You've aroused my curiosity.
You won't believe it.
You try me.
Don't laugh, promise.
I promise.
Well, I dreamed I went out into the jungle alone at night. There's a picture for you. Imagine me alone in the jungle at night. Anyway, I dreamed I shot this, I think it was an antelope. Something like that.
Yes.
And I was so hungry, I ate it right there.
What a dream.
Oh, you know, I felt so full just before, but just talking about food seems to give me an appetite.
How about some tea and toast?
Tea and toast? Ooh, how about a nice chop? Or steak? Rare, very rare.
Well, Larry's been unable to fly up the supplies.
Doesn't matter, I can go out and shoot.
Later, Millie, later. You're not hungry now, are you?
Oh, well, not very, but in a little while.
Okay. Then just a little while, huh? Promised.
Okay, I promise.
Where have you been, Doctor? I've been waiting in the tent.
Don't leave her alone again, Kevin.
Where's that penicillin?
That's just the problem.
What problem? Look, we just can't have any more problems.
We do. The penicillin is gone.
That's impossible.
All the bottles of penicillin solution, all the tablets, gone.
But how?
I don't know.
Are any other supplies missing?
No, everything's here.
Kevin!
Go to her quickly.
The penicillin.
Amara brought me the chest. The drug was missing.
We have spares in the supply depot.
I looked, gone from there, too.
Kevin! Kevin! I'm hungry! Oh, Kevin, you don't know! My stomach hurts! And my wrist, it's on fire!
Millie, everything will be all right.
Sure, yes! Just let me take the 405 and shoot something!
No, Millie, no.
Kevin, I'm going!
Millie, try to get some rest.
I don't need rest! I need food! I need meat!
Please, Millie, lie back. Rest.
Take your hands off me!
Millie.
Let go of me!
Help me. Somebody give me a hand.
When I'm tired, I'm all right. Get some rope.
Let go of me! Let go!
Where's that helicopter?
He could never find us at night. He'll have to wait till morning.
I don't know if she can wait until morning. Listen, we don't have medicine. Let's try the other thing.
What other thing?
The legend. Maybe we can placate the goddess.
Kevin.
Is there anything else we can do? Now, there's something happening here. The penicillin is gone. How do you account for it?
We may have forgotten to pack it.
Nonsense. Last night, you said the drums were talking about revenge. Revenge for who? For what? And what are they saying tonight?
It's revenge.
Kevin! Come in here!
I'm coming.
Kevin, I want the 405. Untie me.
No, Millie. What did you do with it?
Untie me.
What did you do with it? The bracelet. You didn't put it back, did you?
I'm hungry. I'll die, Kevin. I'll die.
I'll untie you. If you just tell me, where did you put the bracelet? I'll get you some meat.
Yes. Oh, Kevin, yes.
The bracelet. The bracelet.
It's in my makeup kit. Oh, no, untie me. Let me hunt.
Where did you find the bracelet?
You promised to untie me.
Where did you find the bracelet?
I must go hunting. Oh, Kevin.
Where did you find the bracelet, Millie?
I didn't find it.
Tell me the truth or I'll never untie it.
I didn't find it.
I'll leave you here to starve.
Amara.
What about Amara?
I promised him I wouldn't tell.
What about Amara?
He gave me the bracelet. Oh, Kevin, untie me. Please, untie me.
Amara, you will tell us where you hid that penicillin, or I'll blow your brains out.
You may kill me.
That's not the way.
Let me beat it out of him.
For the past 2 nights, Amara, the drums have talked of revenge. Whose revenge?
Mine.
Upon whom?
Millie.
For what reason?
She killed my only son.
How?
She made the gods jealous. She spoke of his beauty, his intelligence, his skills. The gods were angry.
Of course, but she didn't know any better.
It made no difference to my son. He died.
And your revenge?
I gave her a bracelet. I tricked her. I fooled her. I made her take it.
Where did you find the bracelet? So that we may return it with a suitable prayer and beg forgiveness from the goddess.
I will not say.
Stand aside, Doctor. It's my turn.
You may kill me.
No, he won't kill you.
Who says I won't kill him?
Be quiet. No one will kill you. But I am a blood brother to your chief. I will tell him that you committed a sacrilege. I will tell him that you stole a bracelet from the goddess for an evil purpose. Now you may go, Amara.
What do you mean, he may go?
He'll be disgraced for life. His wife, his parents, his brothers and sisters, all will be driven from the village into the jungle. No one will speak to him. Why do you stay here, Amara? We have no further use for you. Oh, I believe we owe you a month's wages. Here, plus 2 weeks' notice.
The bracelet. It was taken. I took it from the arm of the statue of the goddess.
Now repeat this, Millie.
Why do I have to go through this mumbo-jumbo?
Oh, just do it, Millie.
Now, place the bracelet on the wrist of the statue.
Ugly old girl, isn't she?
Millie.
Okay.
Now say, forgive my sin.
What sin? Okay. Forgive my sin. What else?
That's all. That says it.
Well, that's a relief. I must have been a trial to you boys. What happened to me, anyhow? The way you were shooting penicillin into me.
How are you now, darling?
Okay, I guess. Oh, but I'm so hungry.
Hungry?
Starved.
For what? Meat?
Meat. Since when did I ever eat meat? Just point me at some tea and toast and salad and fruit. I might even have an egg.
It's always good not to put all your eggs in one basket. Always have another course of action in reserve. What cured Millie? The atonement before the goddess and the return of the bracelet? Or the penance